Mouz has not been able to turn the corner, but a win here today, that is the edge Mouz would need heading into the major.
Grand Finals, Vitality versus Mouz.
Continue marching forward, undefeated for 121 days. No one has been able to topple them. And they step into the major looking like an unprecedented, historically great team.
Over 120 days of winning.
Anong streak na sila? 29?
Best of fives have gone to all 5 maps. We're in for a good show. And every year we come to Dallas, you guys deliver. So as we get into this grand final, show us why Counter-Strike keeps coming back to Texas.
Last year, G2 yung nanalo eh. So, anong streak na sila?
Live into the pistol round. Mouz defending on the CT side. Spinks is going to get a little bit frisky. He's already pushed towards Xbox. And you've got Vitality grouped up into the B tunnels, all 5 players. That's going to be Jimmy attacking
first round.
It looks like they're wasting no time.
Impact under a little bit of pressure, even more so now that his teammate is gone down. Spinks to step up, and Impact, good damage.
Nakatulong sa
Not bringing down any of his foes as he goes for the reload.
Ayun,
Finally, he'll
ubos
strike.
lahat.
And plenty
Nice.
of help from Torsi,
Nice
who
crossfire.
comes in with a
Torsi
triple
and
in this
Jimpat.
pistol. And what a tournament he's been having.
Carrying the team.
He is rising up, he is becoming a star. And perhaps in Dallas, it will be enough to topple Vitality.
Guys, kaya nila crossfire nila, kaya di good makwan.
As well, #1 player rated at the event so far. A good message to send if you're Torsi to your team, to your opponents that you're here to play.
Ay sila crossfire, walay gap.
The grand final it opened up with a 13-0 loss for Mouz. Vitality just absolutely embarrassed them.
Torsi
Avoided that fate.
Torsi
Mouz
with
gets a
3
chance
kills.
at a hot start. Up against just the
Multiple
Glocks of
kills.
Vitality.
Tayo opening Torsi. Fuck you, Apex.
Apex getting a little bit of love as he's been all week.
Nice.
Spinks gooshed up. Oh my lord, you've lost that duel to a Glock.
Oh, Glock na nakapatay, gago.
Taken down by his
M4A1S, tapos versus Glock.
And then exertion follows next.
Oh, this is way too uncomfortable for Mouz.
Look at the HP on Jimmy and Torsi.
Life.
Pistol straight away. Brolin, look, they try and clean up. He's
Nice.
the player with health.
Nice.
He's the player with a kill on Zaiwu. Now Apex makes his play out A-long.
Nice nade.
Rob's winning it short. Brolin
Quality,
coming towards
quality.
him to fight it.
Oh,
And
good,
Brolin
good.
needs to unravel this, and he's done so with a double at short. It leaves Apex in low HP.
He just saved the day, but I mean, if you're Mouz, considering how much you've played Vitality, how much you've lost to them as well, that round had to be so
Tumahid siya,
scary.
tayo gawa si Brolan.
That one slipped.
Patay diretso na. Bisag 100 pan life.
From Vitality, and they've done such incredible damage.
Put sa yung pikas na mo.
Still not considering the
Oh,
A-bomb site, now aware and should have no issues.
Yep, no issues.
good.
Brolin saves the day for Mouz, and they've already
2-0.
done better than their opening map the last time they played.
Great
in the
opening.
Best of 5 grand final. They got 13-0 by Vitality out in Lisbon in the opening game. Still went to all 5 maps. But Mouz hoping they can get a strong start into this final, something to play with, something to build with early, rather than playing from behind.
Well, they've got that
Nice
start.
opening.
They've got an up-out on Torsi immediately. Round 3 underway.
Bam! Patay, baligya, halong Jimpat.
First time with an up first shot, and Jimmy's down.
Arawa mo, kaya mo gigi-smoke good po nila.
From the Zaiwu AWP. And here
Ano
comes
nag-smoke ang
Vitality
cross?
into B site. No one's there. No one's home. They've got the site, and right now, unless Spinks can
Pantay.
do something about this in the
Pantay
tunnels,
dia.
it might just end up being an early safe call, especially with that kill from
Atras,
Apex.
atras.
They bail out. They can't get back into this round. It is going to be a comfortable start in terms of the
Wala,
gun rounds here for
save na
Vitality.
lang.
That's a nice easy one.
Wala.
Not
You know,
even really
kaya
having to
pa
think about
i-retake,
it. Zaiwu
pero
gets the pick.
3
You know
versus
it's gonna be
5?
a weekend B bomb site, test the waters, and you've got access.
Wala sila utility
Exertion can't
ang
put a stop or
Vitality,
slow
pero
anything
dagyan ang
after that.
utility
So,
sa...
2-1, Vitality on the board, and back-to-back rounds. That gotta be a roll.
Ah,
My lord,
fucking
they're
hell.
getting deleted.
Wala.
Apex and Flamesy.
What a rough feeling that you call a safe call so early. You have 3 weapons still up, and all of those weapons get taken out of your hands. Now, Torsi trying to hang on to his. They're not coming towards him. They're going
Agad
to
silang
long,
utility
and he
niya, wala
hides in short.
smoke dito
I like
ang
the conversation on the desk too, because normally you'd come into this and you'd mention all the pressure. We could talk
Double
about
door sa
Vitality, all
mid.
the things they have riding on this, between the ESL Grand Slam for a second times, between a historic win streak, all the various things they have weighing on their shoulders and weighing on their minds. but they've actually mopped the floor with Mouz a number of times throughout this year. We mentioned 5 series, but it's been so dominant. In terms of the maps across those 5 series, 12 won by Vitality. It's only the 3
klaro kayo na
Mouz.
pagambak, oh.
So, I mean, if you're Vitality coming
wala
into
din
this,
ang
you're
back.
just
Necross
saying,
today siya.
this is the team we've handled, this is the team we've destroyed and deleted a number of times already. Nothing's
Sa kaya,
changed.
Saiwu
We're
na.
still 10 times better.
Ana mo yung smoke. Sige pa.
Boosted and another shot.
Sige pa, pag-boost lang dia.
Landing, but none to lethality.
Ulahi kayo niya ang forma niya.
And nothing aggressive from Vitality, so Mouz's defense gets to breathe. Brolin out towards long behind the double doors. Torji in support with the AWP.
Smoke. Double doors. Top double doors.
And that smoke will signal that Vitality want to start moving up catwalk.
And Brolin wants to start moving up long. He's already pushed into the longhouse, up to the door now.
Kita na nga ni Inoana.
Torji's got a
Ini-push.
flashbang to activate him, and he will. That's the low HP Alper, but didn't swing out wide enough, so Zaiwu gets away with his life, gets away with one in that exchange.
They know there's a player committed long, so Vitality start to put a little bit more pressure
Smoke
at short.
or flash.
Exertion with the flash, landing in front of Flames'
Atras.
face.
And there's no smokes on the defense or Molotovs for
Oh,
catwalk,
yun,
so
wala
this
yun,
hit
wala
just
yung
has
smoke.
freedom to begin whenever Vitality
Sekunsa, wala yung
choose.
nakaharang.
Mouz can only lie and wait, knowing exactly what's coming, and the AWP is out of position. Torji might be trying to hide it over at the B bomb site.
Smokes are up and Flames on the charge in. It's going to be Exertion's Deagle, ready to strike upon them.
Nice.
Half HP, quick
Nice
with
hold.
that shot in the end, and eventually taken down by Mezzi. Brolin to filter in. Can he do enough on the MP9? You better believe he can. Chiming in with Torzi.
Nice.
And now
Oh,
Robs,
what
the
the
savior,
fuck?
comes out from long. Vitality still in this fight because of that. And it's the Zaiwu Robs show, the 2 best players in the server today. Looking to close out the clutch versus Mouz.
And let the retake
Short,
begin.
short.
That and Torji are moving out through the double doors. They're going to wrap around middle. They can go up catwalk, they can wrap long. And that's exactly where they're going to go. The second option, they'll have Zaiwu's AWP
Talong
to
sila
contend with
maagi.
at car.
Pantang ka na sa sniper ni
No kits on the
Zaiwu.
Mouz side.
And this new pairing
Kailangan
have
mo
been
jump.
winning rounds all season long.
Mubait ang
Pulling
usa.
Vitality closer and closer to victories.
Oh,
And here's another
patay.
shot from Zaiwu. Ready for the
Patay.
next fight, but it comes from CT, and so Robs will fall, and Mouz come back into it. They deny
Nice.
Robs and Zaiwu, and it'll be
Patay
a 3-1
Zaiwu,
lead
patay
for
Robs.
Mouz.
That's a really, really sick sequence on the retake as well. The peek from CT to take down Zaiwu, which activates the long player. The second player at long was never found by Zaiwu and Robs. So an easy cleanup. And Mouz keep the lead. And they extend it up to 2. There's the op shots exchange
Nanego.
early going. We don't get that op duel too often, but Torji coming over having impact with the low HP.
Nice. Mayo ng mga mouse karon.
Torji, highest rated player at the event.
Contender, mga hard hitter,
Chasing down
mga
this trophy.
roster sa mouse karon. Di para itong unang nga di sila
got the
ka
long spawn, so he
gana
gets
sila
to bring
ka-qualify.
the AWP out.
Playoffs.
See if Apex can grab the opener.
Wala.
Just about misses out on taking Torzi down. The AWP returns to the hands of Zaiwu.
Both teams really labored in terms of their money, so this round has massive implications moving forward of
Ako,
what they're going to be able to bring
mouse
to the
ko,
fight
mouse
in the
works
next
ko.
couple rounds. Winner of this can go on a little bit of a streak.
Eto,
Apex and
pabantang dia
Flamesy taking
dong.
control of catwalk.
Torzi lying away. Molotov gonna land in front of him.
Ablit.
Thor doesn't see his opponent, takes the shot. As Apex
Nice.
starts rattling off a couple of his own. Torzi knows to pull
Easy.
the trigger.
Ooh.
Good response from Flames. Up short, he'll be here all half
Great.
long.
Yeah, Mouz trying to fool him, try to put up a little different weapon in the defense after they've spotted the off, but Flamesy just too prepared. He was sharp yesterday with impactful openings, starting out Dust 2 that way as well. 3 kills for Flamesy in the 5 rounds of play so far, and Spinks coming in for a flank, cutting the map off, shrinking it for this defense, and Mouz is going to start to know everything
Ooh,
that's happening.
tapot.
Torzi coming away with
Tapot.
Flames, no problem. Spinks is flying
Tra, tra,
forward, it's
tra.
gonna get spotted, it's gonna get unraveled. Robs
Kaya
is still
kay
down
Kabit.
into the lower tunnels, 40 seconds left. And Vitality think about leaving short and dropping back into middle. Impact will be the man tasked with dealing with this, spotting this.
Yeah, I like that he got away though, because that was an awkward position that he was committed to. Now he can fall into the
Balik,
B-ball.
balik,
He's gonna
balik,
call them over. 1 lurker in mid, 2 coming from tunnels.
Impact gets in behind Carr. He knows he's got the support of Torzi watching that mid lurk, so he can focus fully on the tunnels fights. And here they come. It's Mezzi
Shit.
up first. Robs comes in on that mid plate, and just Torzi left. Robs is just baiting him out, and eventually the final
blah.
shot rings in. It's Zaiwu to close on it, and a second round for Vitality.
Look how fast it can come crumbling down. Mouz at one point with an advantage in terms of manpower, with all the information on the map, knowing exactly what execute they were facing. Robs gets 1 kill on the flank, and the round opens up in a big way. And Apex is able to call his team back to the B bomb site for an easy once-in victory.
Tuto?
Unfortunately for Mouz, it's them who have the economic, the money problems. Pistols, an MP9 and a scout, and a fast long take from Vitality. They just don't have the resources to fight back.
Yeah, very fast, and Rops gets down into the pit, no problem. Mezzy spotting the push from Yimpat. Knows that he lost Tunnel's control. Mouz don't have the weapons to fight at that kind of range, so they're going to have to sit back, allow Vitality to come to them.
Nice head bomb.
Head skills.
That's a huge block. That's actually everything for Mouz at the moment. Complete vision. It's going to get re-smoked, but now the flashbang's set up.
Flash to allow the swing. Rops to come out on top. Roland only getting one. And with 55 seconds, that bomb site is taken by Vitality. And he can't do much about the outcome. So a tie game we have here, 3-3.
Vitality seems so composed and so calm so far in this game. It's been a very cool look and a very cool conversation considering, I mean, the eye test for Vitality, and everyone kind of feels like this event more so than any other they've played, and they've looked the most mortal, but still nobody able to beat them. And that's a scary prospect when you think, you know, we heard Apex talk about, we're not as well prepared. We took a little bit of a break. We needed a couple extra days before we go on a crazy grind. So they didn't, it wasn't as hardcore coming into Dallas, but they're still handling everyone that comes up against them, which is just so intimidating for other teams.
Yeah, it's not surprising to see them composed, though, as this is their 6th championship Sunday where they've been playing in the grand finals. And when we talk about Vitality, one of the things that always comes up is about the mentality that they've got. And that was the big conversation between both of the in-game leaders today coming into the event, right? Is this final is all about mentality. Brolin was saying that every day they're beatable. Every game Vitality are beatable, but it comes down to the mentality in these grand finals. And Mezzy was saying that that's the advantage that Vitality have over every other team right now.
Forgive me.
It's the advantage you get when every game is high pressure throughout this 29-match win streak, looking for 30 today.
Mouz, yes, boss. Mouz Sports.
Not going to be too much resistance in the next round either here for Mouz. They don't have a whole lot going into it.
Which is great because Dallas, I wanted to have a chat with you guys. I usually try and get a sense
hindi talaga ako nag-bet sa Vitality kahit kailan.
All right, what about Vitality?
Too slow.
There's an equal number of cheers and boos both ways, and I'm very confused.
What about Apex?
Fuck you, Apex!
All right, well, Rob shows through mid. It's going to be Torzi going down. And the opening fight here for Vitality is won. There's not going to be too much to get through at this point. Exertion and Yimpak going to push into the tunnel.
Save.
But Vitality about to grab the lead here on Dust 2.
Yes.
Up next, Mirage. Mouz's pick into the best of 5.
Yeah, this will be Vitality's first lead of the game as well, but they're starting to build up quite nicely. Look like they're not having any issues moving around the map, changing things up when they encounter difficulty. It's going to be 4 of the last 5 in Vitality's favor.
That's it.
I mentioned the map score across the series in 2025, 12-3 in the favor of Vitality. Dust 2 is one of the maps that Mouz has been able to take off of them. 13-11 back in that Lisbon Grand Final. But Vitality won the 3 Dust 2 matches previous to that. So there's just no real cool advantages that Mouz can look at and feel like they have.
Best timing.
A pretty tempered start in the final as well here.
Upgrade AK.
The gun rounds have looked pretty solid from Vitality. Impact doing some damage on the way out, trying to hold on to the AK. But even that is taken out of their hands.
Atras na lang sana. May AK ka na. Atras ka na lang sana.
That's a dangerous side in this arena.
Save. Fuck.
The rifle's coming out from Mouz.
Inversa pa.
No AWP.
May AK na sana yun.
We've been talking about how pivotal that is, how important it's been.
Especially on Dust 2. So critical to have an op that's able to move around the map and hold the angles, and not with that luxury at the moment. They have to fight it back and maybe pry it out of Zywoo's hands.
So Dust 2, Mirage, Inferno, Nuke, tapos Train. Train ang decider.
Zywoo is going to take an early angle into the B bomb site.
Dust 2, Mirage, Inferno, Nuke, tsaka Train. Tapos, eto map na to.
Shot from Zywoo.
Vitality ang nag-pick na ito.
Does force a piece of utility out early, which is a nice thing for Apex. to think about as he works this round. He knows the late B, they're gonna be missing a smoke.
Ang team ko talaga is Falcons. Dati G2, pero kung nung napunta si Mouz tsaka si Nico sa Falcons, nag-Falcons rin ako. Falcons rin ako. Idol ko yung dalawa eh. Pero talo sila kahapon 2-1. Tinalo sila kahapon ng Vitality. Sobrang lakas kasi ng Vitality. Ang Falcons is bago pa lang sila na team, so wala pa silang fund or wala pa silang structured na gameplay. Minomold pa sila ni
So time burns off the clock.
Ni Dan, yung coach nila.
Break the smoke to check for information.
Yan, bago pa lang kasi yung Falcon sa CS. Hindi pa masyadong hinog.
Trickling the smoke out mid and now accelerating into the B split.
Wala pang masyadong traction yung team na yun.
Spinks waits behind car, pops his head up.
But at least may mga good results sila.
He's gone and these rounds just feel too easy for Vitality.
Oh, there's no disruption at the moment. This is a very passive round from Mouz.
Ay, mga napanalo na silang tournament.
2 players parked it long, 2 players parked inside B, no one with eyes on mid. So, I mean, Vitality had so much freedom at all times to work that map. Even when their like ideas are denied, there's no one actually pushing into them, trying to find a kill, trying to do damage.
Roland, save.
And gathering information. So Vitality got a relatively easy round with not a whole lot of pressure. Roland has found out at the end of the day.
Clean here.
Well, the problem is right now for Mouz, these rounds are so easy for Vitality and they win them so quickly. They have enough time, enough money to hunt them down. So you're not even getting to see Mouz hold on to these 3 weapons, which you so often see on Dust 2. So if you call off the B retake opportunity, you at least have 3 safe weapons. You can get another buyout, but there's no mercy from Vitality right now, and so these rounds just keep getting easier.
It's got to feel really rough for Mouz. I would imagine we're going to get a timeout in the next gun round, but I mean, coming into this after the group stage they had and how good they looked, how cohesive they looked individually, how strong everyone was, you come into another grand finals on the big stage and open up with a flat performance and you're just sitting there as those players, you're like, not again. How can we not get over this? And they've got to show Vitality that's a different Mouz. They haven't done it yet.
Naka-echo pa rin sila. Echo pa rin ang Mouz.
Once again, Mouz starting to push into double doors. Patience from Vitality. Spots out the 1 jiggle peek.
Wag na.
Damage is done. Sees 2
choke
more.
Choke point dyan. Gago ka. Choke point. Tapos na push. What the fuck are you doing?
Spinks waits on the A-bomb site, just hiding behind the default boxes. 5-7 in hand.
Favorite ng Vitality.
Spinks shows us why. To respond from short though, and Yimpat once again alone in a 1v4. He's all the way back on B with a scout. He don't show anything in the early round, and that bomb goes down. So Vitality up 6-3 now at this point. The scoreline has just kept beating forward.
A very convincing 6-3 as well. Only losing 4 players in the last 3 rounds.
Atras.
Yimfat's gonna fall away with the scout. Shouldn't be able to save it, but next gun round is everything for Mouz. Next gun round is where you can still recover this. I'm assuming there's going to be a timeout from Cyclone, and that'll be the conversation to inject some energy into the team. And then you're going to look towards your individuals who have been playing so well for you.
Nice try.
You mentioned Torji as the #1 rated player of the event so far. Well, Spinks is #2, and Yimfat is #7.
There's a timeout you were talking about, Jason, needing to get it out early here for Mouz, because they've fallen flat. It's been 5 rounds in a row here for Vitality. None of them have felt competitive.
Well, Mouz, their conversations. Torji has the AWP back in his hands. Still looking for some of those incredible performances we got on the group stage from Spinks, down at 3 kills. Exertion, a huge piece of this Mouz puzzle. 2 kills.
I'm lonely. What's the point anymore?
Players having quite starts to Dust 2, and that's what this time is here to resolve. Cyclone trying to calm everyone down. Trying to keep his team composed.
Nice.
A 3-round lead, going to be challenged in round 10. The buy is back. It's going to be Brolin coming out long just for utility, and narrowly. A narrow glimpse of the arm that Apex misses.
Yeah, second time he's had the opportunity to go for the long pick. He'll give the all back to Zywoo immediately. I'd rather throw it down on the ground. They've got so much money. Zywoo is going to be over at B. Looking for the jumping impact. He's not going to put himself in dangerous way. He's going to smoke outside Wu.
I like this defense, though, from Mouz in this round. If you look at the minimap, it's far more aggressive than what we've seen previously. Exertion was just playing close up on Catwalk, throwing utility. He's backed off, but you have Spinks close double doors. You got Torji deep with the AWP. They're paired up. So you have players in positions to grab information, to listen to sound cues, and to activate with flashbangs when you feel the moment is right.
Ubusan mo na ng utility. Ubusan mo na sila ng utility tapos tsaka sila magpo-push or aggressive yung push ng Vitality. Inaubos muna nila yung utility ng Mouz. So, ilan lang utility ng Mouz? Tatlo. Dalawang nade tsaka isang flash or dalawang nades na lang. Yung si Messi tsaka si Zaiwu, may utilities pa pati si Flames at Apex.
25 seconds.
Naubos talaga nila yung utility.
Push forward from Vitality. Spinks very aware, but how long can he hold this? How long can he think about this? He'll call it off now and go back to short, allow Impact to deal with the potential of drops as Spinks tries to stop
that
from getting to the site.
Oh my god!
For Vitality, they're now just arriving, and the shutdown comes in. 6 seconds for Mezzi. No bomb in his back. Round's done.
Versus one.
Up to 4.
Okay.
Finally ending the streak of Vitality's round wins here on Dust 2. And they just run thin on time, and so it has to be a perfect finish, and it just isn't from Vitality.
Yeah, I mean, that's good job from Mouz out of the timeout as well.
Nice
the
one.
From Cyclone really helped out, obviously, with this 4th win. Vitality gets stalled out due to good utility usage from Mouz. I feel like a lot of that comes down to having Spinks close towards double doors, able to listen to their tracking, like where
thanks
they're
to Brolan. Etong si ano?
The timing in which they're taking different parts of middle, and they're able to deploy enough delay utility on Catwalk to make that a very difficult hit at the finish. Now we have a fast play. Aggression at the corner. Mezzi's going to wrap around, jumping in towards Pit. And all of Mouz backs away from the defense. They want nothing to do with the fight. So long control by Vitality. Rocks looking on the other side of the map.
Drops.
Push yung dalawa.
Stop Impact from taking one step further. He will do so. It scares off the AWP of Torji as well.
Both sides happy to take the stalemate there. But for Vitality, that kind of gives you notice that they're starting to get frisky after that long take, that they know what you've done. You've parked 4 players out there, so they bring 3 back. They change up the approach. Mezzi lurking over, and Pit can buy his time to pop up. And actually, if Mouz re-aggress here, Mezzi has a chance in this grand final to put his name on Dust 2.
First peek is good. Couldn't get the second though. Spinks able to respond to his former teammate, and now we've got to play forward with 55 seconds left. 4v4 as Vitality go for a finish up Cat again. This time they'll have Apex coming out long way. Perhaps that'll be the difference.
Yeah, the follow-up behind Mezzi's death is actually really smart from Apex.
Exertion steps out into the open. He's got no cover, and he's got no life.
At kasi sa open siya
of Apex and long, but all the A defenses have fallen. And so Vitality move in.
Pwede naman hintayin dun sa box.
Spinks, I thought Apex might play that a little bit slower once his teammates got the kill on the bomb site, but keeping things even at a 3-on-3 and controlling long for the retake, it forces Vitality to play towards Catwalk to defend.
Dalawang Catwalk.
Flash around the corner, Robs looks into the corner to dodge it, comes back, there's a quick headshot from Robs. And is there a second? Well, it looks like Torzi is not going to get away with it. 2 players pushing down short, and once again, Mouz lose everything.
They cannot build any momentum.
Nasa open siya na gano?
Together, they won round 1 and round 2. That's the only 2 rounds they've put back and forth together. This has been so dominant from Vitality after the pistol.
So should nasa open. Last round, due to the start that Mouz had, you have a nice buffer, a nice foundation built up. Even though this hasn't been a great half by any means in terms of the gun rounds, because you had 3 rounds early on, if you can win this last round, 7-5 is not a bad scenario.
Yeah, scoreboard-wise, it wouldn't look bad. Obviously, having seen the game play out, Vitality's just been so dominant once the guns became a factor. The rifles were brought out.
Got to give yourself a shot for the second half, though, Mouz. Can they squeeze a 5th round out here? They've got the weaker buy. Holes in it. Lack of utility. SMG's a scout.
Last round para mag-halftime.
Doubled up in middle. Spinks and Exertion look for the defense. Now doubled up on Catwalk, Brolin, and Torji. Very mid-centric setup for Mouz. If Exertion and Spinks can slow them down at the mid-double doors, it can set Brolin and Torji up off Catwalk.
Here comes Flames through the doors. Exertion, no
Nice.
problem. Execution with Spinks.
Nice.
And then
Nice
Fox
crossfire.
and Robs to
Ooh.
close out the half. And so Mouz will be getting themselves a 5th round unless
Ooh, what the
Simon
fuck?
Robs rip it from their hands.
What the fuck, 2v2?
We knew it would be inevitable. Eventually they would have a round together.
Oh, you spoke way too soon. Got Molotov is going to prevent Spinks from getting into the A bomb site. A 5-on-2 into a 2-on-2. Mouz has got to be stunned.
And how many times do they do this? Robs and Zaiwu, who's deadly duo in Counter-Strike right now, looking to break Mouz's hearts at the end of the first half of the grand finals. 2 players against your entire team.
You have no kits if you're Mouz. You have no utility whatsoever. And Zaiwu is going to be peeking for information. So you got his AWP you have to scale against.
Mouz getting closer. Simon goes down to the drops to close. What if half he has had? 16 and 6. What's a hit team? In the face of Robs, and he just can't do it. He can't keep it clean. Robs denied at the end of the half, and a
Half time.
for Mel to keep this going.
Nice
Not a
one,
close
nag-whip
half by
pa.
any means in the gun rounds. We'll see if Mel's can turn it
Gagi.
around.
Okay na sana yun. 5v2 naging 2v2. Kape mo na ako guys. BRB.
Mouz was the final piece of this Vitality puzzle, joining to start the year. He's brought them 5 trophies already, and in his opening map of the IEM Dallas Grand Finals, he's got 16 kills to lead the way and have Vitality with a 7-5 lead into the second half. Team switch side, Vitality to defend against Mouz's attack, but the question everyone's got to ask right now, where's the Mouz we've seen all event? When are they going to arrive? When are those individuals going to start punching back?
Question they will be asking themselves during that 2-minute break, and now we get back into the second half. Mouz is going to be carrying the brunt of the utility. Mouz would love a good start in the second half. An injection of energy required to try and close this gap.
It's going to be hard. Vitality want to be a little bit disruptive. You could see ZywOo pushing up on Catwalk right now, so holding off onto this. He's got some teammates behind him. Apex is there up on the boxes. Rops and Flamesy back in the site, but actually Mouz is just going to head towards middle, so away from the entire defense. Mezzi's alone at the B bomb site. If they can't do anything to slow this down in mid, Mezzi is done for.
Smoke at the cross. Exertion accelerating Brolin. Running in behind him, but it's Mezzi to pick off Yimpad, and Flames coming through the smoke. No problems here for the early kills of Vitality, but Spinks still into the site. And a bomb plant coming up. ZywOo arrives in the tunnel. Spinks in the meantime is given a small chance to fight to the doors. He can't add anything to his collection. Flames with a further kill and Rops to the window. It is a pistol round for Vitality to kick off this second half.
Actually, Mezzi does a spectacular job in that pistol round. You got to give him credit. You sit in that B bomb site and do nothing, you're just going to get split and taken down. So Mezzi gets aggressive and he says, I got maybe like 10 seconds before I die. I'm going to try and grab one on the way out. He does just that and keeps a lot of space for Vitality to rotate over and get involved in the fight. Beautiful shooting still from Rops. I think a pair of kills to close out this pistol. Just filthy. So Mouz buy up into the second round with that bomb plant. Running out of opportunities to get into this opening map of Dust 2. Both teams kind of feeling out how the game is going to be played in the early stages of this best-of-5 grand final. And Vitality's come on top of mostly everything, 8-5.
And Vitality understand that Mouz have a force buy. Got that early information from the mid poke, just seeing that towards the other scout towards top middle. We'll give this round the respect it requires.
They're already up Catwalk though, Mouz. They can actually pop on this pretty hard. Apex is going to start shifting, but Brolin wants to peek at this timing. ZywOo over at the rail. Galil against M4. And it's ZywOo to come out on top.
Nice and clean. And inside of mid, it's Mezzi to topple another. We're looking at Yimpad Exertion, the final 2 members here of Mouz's force buy. They only get 1 kill so far. Yimpad will make it 2. He's got an opening to the B bomb side all of a sudden off of that. He's not sure about it, but he's going to try and make his way through middle. Next up is ZywOo. Okay, Yimpad.
That's exactly what they need. We needed a heroic performance from somebody on Mouz, somebody who could reignite them.
All right, we're back.
Yimpad with these 3 kills has a chance for it. Flamesy on low HP.
8-5.
Timing is everything. It gets a good clean fight against the low HP player. He can do this.
1v2.
Oh,
Nice one. 1v1.
Oh my god, Yimpad down to the 1v1 up against Apex. A 1v5. Yimpad
Nice.
Jimmy Jam.
Nice.
That is a huge round for Mouz. Lone Flame in the Lone Star State.
Nakinatawa ni Zertion. No, Apex. Ala na.
Shirley back at home, his all-star brother smiling as he watches him deliver this
Gusto mo galit. Galit na galit sa Apex, gagi. 1v5 sana yun.
Out of nowhere. No business winning the round, but Mouz
Headshot.
needed that so much.
Oh, if you give that
Nice.
away.
Apex, sobrang galit-galit.
Has to be the catalyst.
And look what it's done as well.
Ang mga French boys.
Piece of stress into the Vitality team.
Mga French boys.
Apex furious in the moment of losing a 5-on-1. It should never happen, but now they got to pay the price. 2 scouts, a Deagle, and 2 5.7s for Vitality.
Kahit scout yan, lethal yan pag na-headshot ka. 8-6. Ooh.
Exertion. Building on the previous round success. Going to be an opening kill on Mezzi. 5v4 now for Mouz.
I know it's an advantage for Mouz, but be careful. 2 players are now tagged by those scouts. Yimpad and Exertion are both going to be easy cleanups for the pistols.
Oh,
so you're not out of this just yet, despite taking down Mezzi. Mal's gonna move slowly towards middle with the cover of smokes. Vitality have no clue what's happening on the map, no clue where Mouz is headed. They have stacked 3 players at the B bomb site. That's looking like the right call at the end of the day.
Info. Team Fat, delikado ang life mo. Sus ko na headshot.
Big shot from Zywoo.
See?
Next fight
Nice trade, nice trade.
It's on a nice edge. Impact 1 HP, Exertion down to 30. Still a shot at this for Vitality.
You can tell how tense and nervous Mouz in, but now they have their final play and they've made noise about it.
Oh, there's 2 players here. It's Robs and Flames. They could double up. They could shut this down.
Peek.
Around the corner, they go into the 5-7.
Peek na
They
kaagad.
need to build off of Jimmy's success, and Robs' Deagle rips them.
Nice!
But Exertion's there to save
Surgeon
it.
backstab.
Backstab
Surgeon.
Robs almost got into
fuck
safety.
him.
That got weird. And Vitality, with the diminished weaponry, are still able to put up quite a good fight.
Nice one.
Nothing is easy for Mouz in this game, and it's the problem of playing
Kala niya,
against
save na
Vitality as
siya.
the best team
Okay
in the
na
world.
yun.
There's no rounds that come simple. They're always going to have a chance in them. They always find a way to work themselves
Nabutan pa
over
siya
and
ni
figure out
Surgeon.
what you're doing.
Mouz about to tie the game. There's nothing here for Vitality.
One mid.
It's likely to be a very convincing round win for Mouz. A little
Nice.
bit of damage done on Exertion, but he's still going to win that
Opening entry.
fight.
And for the first time in this
Drops
game,
down.
Mouz gets to play with momentum. This will be 3 in a row where previously they've struggled to string 2 together. They've done that, and here they'll add another round on it.
Diba? Okay,
Back
one
in
more.
round 2,
Made one.
Continuing his success, 15 kills now
Nice.
for the Mouz Finn.
Ooh. Spam. Abangan mo,
As we
abangan
talked
mo lang
about at
dyan.
the start of this year, Yimpat's performances haven't been as good as they were last year, as last season. It's been a step up from the other players in the squad. You know, Spinks coming into the team's getting better and better.
Nice.
Last year we were talking about Yimpat perhaps even becoming the star of the team. He was having those kind of performances.
Nice one.
Hasn't necessarily been able to keep that up into 2025, but if he can have a performance like this against Vitality, this could be the way.
First time
He
out
certainly had maybe a
ng
quiet start,
Vitality.
but he stepped it up since then. Champion at PGL Cluj-Napoca. With the rest of Mouz, that was Brolin's second event as an in-game leader. It shocked us all
Wala
to
ng
see him
pera,
lifting
wala
a
ng pera.
trophy.
Wala ng pera ang
You look
Vitality.
across the stage,
Full
if
buy.
you're Brolin, you see someone who's walked the very same path as you. One time a rifler, a player for your team, just another role player. Switching into the role, Apex did it in 2020, and we all scratched our heads and wondered
By the way,
why.
guys, live
Now,
tayo sa
5 years
Facebook
down the road,
and
Apex is
TikTok.
considered the best leader in the scene.
Hindi na ako nag-live sa
Brolin
YouTube.
following in those footsteps.
Baka
Has had a
makapirate
very
na naman
impressive year
tayo.
with Mouz so far. He's found a way to tie up this opening map
By game,
at 8-8
8-8.
in these grand finals.
Vitality back to a bye. Torzi will not be rivaled in the AWP department in this round. Zywoo does not have enough money for it. Exertion to be set up to go up on the Xbox and climb into short.
Mauling. The peak side.
Can Vitality slow this momentum from Mouz?
Ala.
Can they get it back? Haven't seen them have to even try yet in this map. Now is their first attempt. Apex and Zywoo over on the railing.
Ang
Frenzy
info
over
lang yan
cars,
sila.
so long as a
Wala
little
pa
bit
silang
weakened.
info. Wala pa silang nakitang kalaban. So, mga info muna sila kung saan yung few numbers of
Mouz
players
taking their time with
sa
this
side.
too. Being patient, looking
side.
for any kind of a peek, any kind of an information, a jiggle from Vitality that's not coming. They're playing a more passive setup, trying to hold on to what little utility they have remaining.
Pick mo bigla.
Flames behind the blue bit. Here comes Torzi.
Patay to Storgy. Patay to Storgy.
Into the rifle of Flames. Who comes out on top?
See?
It's going to be Flames as he tucks it behind. Drops some utility.
Push.
Actually, Brolin got
Nice.
beyond it and eventually we'll trade that out.
Okay, now you have a lot of issues inside this
Nice.
defense because you can't go long, you can't go catwalk, you're boxed in, and you've got to fight your way
Try.
out.
Okay,
Apex
good.
can only do the
Nice one.
Gets a lot of damage onto the second player as well.
Trust
Spinks
lang.
continue to move forward. Mezzi trying to track him, but he's getting caught by utility. Blinded by flashes. But 15 seconds left in the round. That bomb finally going down.
You know!
A nice pick out here from Rock. He's going to free Mezzi up, and then
Nice.
Brolin flicks back to long.
Nice.
Brilliant.
Hindi na nakita yung
And that's
barrel.
Mouz into the lead all of a sudden.
Naka-expose na yung barrel sa smoke.
It took him 13 rounds to fight back, but now the gun round's going in Mouz's
Nice.
favor, and now you can see that
They're
confidence
turning
beneath that
around.
swelling.
They
No
are
longer
turning
afraid, no longer
around.
tentative. The script has flipped.
Money's
Wait,
gone,
we're
and
running
it's
out
all
of
off the
train.
back of that Jimmy 1v5. It has broken them.
Well, it gives energy to you, and we saw exactly what it did to Vitality. Apex looking down the line as soon as that round
2,400 bonus
wondering
loss.
how exactly they lost a 5-on-1. A massive miscue from Vitality 4 rounds ago, and their lead disappears. It's Mouz regaining it for the first time since round 5.
No. Ano yun? Hindi yun kanina yun
You
eh.
see these incredible sequences out of players that we didn't see in the first half. Multi-kills, double spray downs. Mouz looking to be the first team to reach double digits on the scoreboard. It's pistols and MP9s for Vitality.
Wala mo na mag-push.
Roland blinded. Good swing. Exertion going to handle that pressure.
Nice one.
Spinks to handle the heat.
Nice trade.
Brolin behind the smoke.
Oh, just crouches out the mid door. Swap's going down to that fight.
Naka-crouch lang.
Just
Walang
Apex, he's all the
adjustment.
way at Longhouse. So this is 10
Ana,
rounds for
Apex.
Mouz.
Save
10 rounds
Apex.
for Mouz. Who would have thought it? 2-round lead.
Patay kang bata ka.
Apex
See?
gonna fall last.
Wala na. Galit na naman si
5
Sir.
rounds in a row.
Galit na naman si Sir.
This is it now for Vitality. If there's a Dust 2 fight to be had,
Hangover
it comes on
but
this
still
bye.
fighting.
Yeah, it has to be here. They've been buried in these past few rounds. Mouz have gained complete control, 5 in a row for the Mouz attack.
Nakadapa lang.
And showing no signs of slowing down.
A headshot pa talaga siya, yung mga-
diminished buys, weakened economy, weakened money for Team Vitality. Now, for the first time in a long time, they've got everything they could possibly want. Rops at the B bomb site with Mezzi over in mid. Flames, Apex, and Zaiwu at the A site. And Mouz grouped up elsewhere. They've left Yimfat in a lurking position alone in T-spawn just to look for long pushes, for mid pushes. This three-man group is going to be packed up, looking to open up the round.
Set up mo na. Pang! One.
Zaiwu
At
not
least
able to
may
connect on his
info na
first
sila sa mid. Andun Zaiwu. May op sa mid.
Torzy will though.
Nice one.
Rob's coming away from that B bomb side.
Nice trade.
Apex responding in kind at short, but the bomb is shifting back to B.
Yeah, there's no window here for Mouz to press the issue off that kill. It's a really smart play from Torji. He waited patiently in upper tunnels. As soon as Mouz started using catwalk utility and mid utility, that's when he takes his peek because he knows Rops' reaction is to look for information. They're slowed down by the defensive smoke, but Vitality haven't shifted anyone to help out towards Mezzi. He's all alone on an island with no utility.
Wait lang, may flash pa ba?
Very committed.
Meron,
Toshi.
Toshi. Dalawa.
Look how far away the rotates are. Merriman needs to go massive. It's going to be the first. Brolin going down. Can
Nice.
get a second. Spinks cleaves his head right off, and they're into the site.
Abangan mo lang yun, no? Abangan mo lang yung dalawa. Pag-push yan.
Now it's important that they save.
If you can find the lurker, if you can find Yimpat, you might be able to go for this. It'll give you a man advantage, and they have.
Impact, putang ina, bakit
Now
kasi
the
ganyan
only
mag-pick?
window is set up again to come back in for the retake attempt.
No kits.
But Torzy could shut it down. He could shut that window in their face. They're gathering up. They're getting ready to go. There's one piece of utility left, and it's on the back of Apex.
And where do you put it? Okay, big box, so not the right place. Torji's got safety.
Yeah, Torzy waits back in the side. Nice shot into Apex. They're still going for it now. As Zaiwu comes in on the shot, he leaves Torzy at the back of his site. And the first headshot needed for the Hungarian, but it's Zaiwu to grab it at the end. There's no time for Zaiwu. There's no hope for Vitality.
Wala pa rin. Hindi ma defuse. Walang
Torzy
kit.
will celebrate a round victory.
Yeah, he's probably a little bit worried after he takes that peek, but either way, great shot to the back of the platform on the first two players. And Mouz,
Panalo pa rin.
out of nowhere, grabbed control. Now 6 rounds in a row to get up to 11. It's a 3-round lead. And now you've got the trade kills out of Spinks. The clutch from Yimpat to start it all off. And the shots from Torji to close out the round. Everything we saw from Mouz in the group stage has come to fruition in these
11-8.
past 6 rounds to Vitality's detriment. And it's their turn to talk things over in desperation. Xtaz trying to bring forward the next idea. The op is saved on Zaiwu, and when that op is in his hands, there's always a chance.
conversation before this game is all around mentality. Can Vitality stabilize on Dust 2? Can they somehow find a way back? 11-8 down and coming up with 4 MP9s and AWP for ZywOo. Mouz have to make it happen. They have to take it now.
Yeah, you've hit this peak form that we've been waiting to see on a big stage in a big grand final. Don't let it slip away. Slow pace, Torji looking for any peaks off catwalk as they take control.
Tandaan lang muna, huwag munang aggressive.
With the op and 4 MP9s.
Binabasa pa nila yung saan yung mahina yung defense. Naka-echo din. Si ZywOo lang yung may op.
Vitality have a feeling it might be a B finish. They've got 3 players
May
positioned in
nakatingin
the
ba sa
site.
mid? Meron. Si Flamesy.
Yeah, but I think with Exertion investigating like this, there's almost a world where he's just like, there's no one here. Like, I have complete control with no counter nades or anything. I mean, there's a world in which Mouz can just go contact. Haven't called for it yet. The bomb is still outside of the long double doors. Looks like they'll bring a 3rd player back in Brolin and do a split finish at A. It's Apex and Flamesy to defend, but they've only got the SMGs.
Flash muna.
Incredibly hard to see a world in which they get past this unless ZywOo
Ayun.
steps up with the AWP on his own. The bomb is waiting just outside of the longhouse as it now starts to come towards him. ZywOo is their only hope. They'll chime in on Brolin. They know they're going against the AWP. They know that's the most dangerous weapon on the
What the
server
fuck?
still. And ZywOo's got a second.
Yeah, your heart sinks as his AWP rings out exactly where you want to go, and the bomb's got to fall away and the round's over.
Wala
Time.
Wala na time.
ZywOo shutting them down. They walk right into ZywOo. He stops them from getting up long.
Oh, that's such a weak way for this streak to end, though. It's so deflating. Not even a fight in it. Not even a chance or a look at the bomb
easy yung pag
That's a body blow for
Pitas
Mouz.
ng dalawa.
Finally, the run is stopped at
easy,
6.
you like.
That's a huge round as well. Look at the upgrades that they get as well here. They started this round with 4 MP9s. They have 2 AK-47s now. Going into the next round for Vitality.
Nabangan lang.
Is that the moment where Mouz break?
All right, Torji misses his shot on the jump across.
Fucking hell.
He won a 1v5. We'll give him a break.
Okay.
Smokes and Molotovs to prevent any catwalk peaks and aggression, and now Brolin starts making his move.
Nade mo yung smoke, tapos counter op. Dalawa, nag-boosting dalawa, oh. Ayun, oh.
Gonna be Flames to come out on top of it.
Ayun, oh.
Going down, opening kill for Vitality. Followed up, extended upon.
Fucking hell.
Shutting down Yimpad, and you've let them back in.
Here's that mental
Nakabawi.
strength from Vitality. You lose a 5-on-1, you lose 6 rounds straight off the back of it, and eventually you get that one stop you needed, and then you're back in business. Teaching Mouz a lesson.
And how many times have we watched Mouz, some of the players on this squad, collapse on the
patay pa
stage?
rin.
How many times have we watched it? We watched it back in Rio in the grand finals
down.
versus Na'Vi just in October last year.
There's just no energy in these past 2 rounds. The last round fell flat because they get timed out. 2 kills from ZywOo when they try and execute with 24 seconds. And now this round as well is just like walking into your death and then nothing you can possibly do to recover the round. And look how hungry Apex is. He wants this final AK-47 out of Spinx's hands, and there's no money for Mouz.
Hindi niya nakita
Crouching
yun.
all the way, an experienced matchmaking deathmatcher is Apex.
And he's got a shot, but he's taking one to the head.
I bet you guys enjoyed that though, didn't you? Yeah, you're all sick.
May dalawa.
Fair enough. Spinx, pinned in the corner after the time. Don't die now. Oh, he's gone down. He's got $800.
Why yung AK niya?
He has got $800
At least may bonus
left.
skill.
And we are looking at 10-11. Mouz with a 1-round lead, but money's in the bin. Vitality have a shot at tying up this game. Not only that, but a chance to grab map point and steal it away from Mouz.
Oh, beautiful shot from Flames. Just boosted up over the smoke. ZywOo peeking aggressively. They've gotten their swagger back and have knocked Mouz off kilter. Money is gone. And that
Ilang
has a look of just like, man, I wish we could have
pinush
completed
na
this
sila
on a
kasi
run.
naka-echo lang.
I wish we still had a streak going with some momentum.
Wag kang mag-peek. Nice.
They wanted to ride Jimmy's wave all the way to victory, but disrupted by one round where they walk into ZywOo's AWP. And it gives Vitality enough room.
And now we're going to go the distance, right? Vitality's going to close out this round 11-11. We're going to have one round to decide if someone wins or if we're going to overtime already in the opening map of the grand finals. And just look, Flamesy's like, I know it's blocks, but I'm making the smart decision.
Or
I'm
flash.
just backing away entirely, calling for reinforcements. Vitality making sure they don't make any mistakes to close out this map.
Shooting gallery for
Di pa
ZywOo.
tumama.
Gonna miss the first.
One.
Problem on the second time of asking. Mezzy's turn to come out and feed
Wala.
and feast upon the kills as
Patay sila
Apex
lahat.
gets the triple 11-11.
Naka-echo lang.
We know what Mouz are wishing for, but they might not get it. Final timeout used here in regulation for Mouz right at the end. Cyclone getting on the mic, hoping he has
Timeout.
the winning recipe.
Yeah, well, if you're Mouz,
Final timeout.
you got to be telling your boys, look at this as an opportunity. We've been looking to gain this mental edge. We've been looking to gain this edge in closing out games. When we get deep into it on the big stages, this is what we've talked about. This is what we've planned for. This is what we've discussed we need to improve. And this is the chance to show to ourselves and to everyone who doesn't believe that we've made the improvements necessary to close out this map. And a new energy coming into round 23. Back to the bravado. Back to activating exertion for aggressive plays. We'll see what Cyclone has in store for them. One team will take an advantage and have a chance of winning the map in the final round of this Dust 2.
Mouz committed into it with Galil's. A couple of players. A sign of how weak their economy is in comparison to that of Vitality's with the AWP out for ZywOo. Rolling going into the lower tunnels. He's not alone. He's got two teammates with him.
Up catwalk we go, Brolin and Torji. Yimfat watching the flank from behind. Bullets exchange over towards the double doors, and Mezzy wants to get aggressive. Sees the trajectory of the utility, calling it out. Information that catwalk is taken.
Spam mo! Spam! Kung sino una
The
mapaputok.
opening move will be
Info.
double doors. Apex and Mezzy lined up. A two-man defense, and they're going to have a lot coming at them.
Mouz's hopes
No flash, and that's the bomb going first.
lie upon this play. Upon finding success in the mid-fight. Flash going through. Apex forced back.
Hindi kasi pinik.
Mezzy,
Ayun.
mighty
Nice.
with one, but not enough to make Vitality feel super comfortable here. 35 seconds left. Fire at their feet as Mouz
B,
starts
push
to
B.
rotate back into the B bomb site. Look who's waiting for them. The reckoning in erupts. 22 kills so far. Looking to build upon it, and they commit to B. It's his site, his domain,
Nice,
but
nice.
it's just one kill. Apex comes in, keeps Vitality going forward. Apex with another, and Torzi down low in HP with no hope in hell. And it's a new fresh hell for Mouz as they collapse at the end. They let Vitality back in again. And when you let the greatest team in the world have a chance, they are going to take it.
Yeah, this might be just heartbreaking for Mouz. It's going to be 11-12. They've got they got a good amount of money with the losing bonus built up, but it's not pretty. Torji's going to be stuck on this Galil.
Kung hindi na,
One more round to Mouz
walang utility
to
pag
figure
smoke
out
ng
what
door.
they can do to get past this defense. They had it figured out for 6 rounds straight, but it's just those 6 rounds. Outside of that, they have not been able to overcome Vitality.
And they get knocked off their feet, 1 round loss, and unable to recover, unable to get back up and get the fight going again. And now going into the last round of regulation, they're going in bruised. They've barely got anything to play with.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of surprised that Vitality called a timeout here. That's giving Mouz a chance to talk where Cyclone had burnt their 3rd timeout previously. So obviously Xtaz maybe not feeling that things are exactly perfect the way he would have liked. 3 of the last 4 rounds have been lost by time to Mouz. That had not been an issue plaguing them through the rest of this T-half. But ever since Vitality put a stop to their run, their attack has just become limp.
5 Galils.
Round 24. Overtime for Mouz or a map 1 victory for Vitality?
Depende na yan. Last buy ng Mouz.
Zywu in middle, smoked out for the time being. That smoke keeping Mouz alive as they go up short. With the weaker guns, it's all about strength and numbers. The Mouz mob go into short.
You might be looking to hit a timing as well that they wouldn't expect versus an actual smart round played out.
Crossfire.
Mezzi, Weddy and Goose. They're gonna have to go through the fire. Brolin's already ahead, severed off from his teammates. He's so far ahead on his own. Brought down by Apex.
Gamit din kayo ng utility kahit minsan.
Salting him up, and look how disjointed the final members here are of Mouz. They're going to try and get away, and they run right into Long, but Flames is already there, just waiting for them.
First map na Vitality.
For Vitality, complete collapse for Mouz. We thought it would be the Jimmy clutch catalyst to pull back the comeback, but Vitality stabilized just in time, and it's heartbreaking for Mouz.
First map ang Vitality.
Take the opening map of the best of 5 grand final.
Kung manalo ang Vitality neto sa kung sila yung mag-champion, 30 win streak.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a mole.
Not this again. I oversee all office systems.
If external communications were intercepted, they were intercepted here.
Did you say 4 whole days?
He's sweeping it under the rug.
Give me the name of the mole!
Good luck with that. I will find out who did this.
Well, no one said that it would be easy, but no one either said that it was going to be this damn hard for Vitality to put the first map of this series away. Dust 2 in the books, and we get all the rounds that you could possibly ask for in these grand finals. This is the Intel Extreme Masters all the way out here in the Lone Star State of Dallas, and currently 1-0 up in this grand final, this best of 5 Vitality.
There's a lot to digest for this one, I'm not gonna lie. Vitality ending up winning, but it could have gone either way throughout that game. I think there's a lot of rounds that we're gonna have to go through, a lot of moments that we're gonna have to go through, but at the end of the day, I want to say Mouz had all opportunities to get some good start in this matchup. Torsy firing on all cylinders, you have a 1v5, you have some clutches going your way, yet you still don't win.
It could not have gone either way. It could have only gone one way, right? If Mouz couldn't close out this game, they're never beating Vitality. It's as simple as that. You had one of the craziest rounds, one of the biggest throws I've ever seen in that Gympath 1v5 that they won. That also happened. Apex was fuming. He was tilt of the face of the earth, and that's not enough for Mouz to close out the game. I don't know what is.
To be fair, like even with that 1v5, yeah, it was a pretty bad round. It was questionable at best, but there were a couple of rounds that Mouz had in the bag that they kind of just
look at this. What is Robs doing? What is Robs fighting?
I don't know. They all want to peek one at a time.
Come out. Hey, hello. Here's one more kill.
Who's next? Who's next? And then Flames. Yeah, cool. But before this happened, Mouz gave away 2 rounds as well. So it's like this doesn't make up for it. Is that a 1-for-1 just exchange right there?
No, it doesn't make up for it. I don't care about that because because for some of these other rounds, we'll get into rounds later. They win 7 rounds in a row and then they lose the round on time. Like you can talk the talk all you want, but you have to prove it on the server. For all your talk, we're confident now. We'll get them this time. They don't believe it, because if they did believe it, they wouldn't be playing like this. They wouldn't have been able to close this game out. They would have been 1-0 up, and maybe we could talk here about, ooh, is it going to end the streak? It's not ending. It's not ending today.
The talk is because they're trying to psych themselves up.
Malakas talaga Vitality.
What did y'all do to my man here? Leaving
Kung
alone.
mag-champions sila neto sa itong series na to.
They know that they start shaking. They have
30 win streak.
Persona
Ito yung
to the audience.
30th win streak nila kapon. Natalo nila yung Falcons.
They need to use stronger
29.
methods then.
Sure. I'm not going to disagree with that.
It's hard to disagree with. I do agree, you know, everything that was set up to be a win condition for Mouz happened in the first half. Torsi getting off to a good start, Mouz getting off to a good start. You saw some of the individual players show up. You then mix in a 1v5, you mix in, there was even this 5v2 round as well where they had a 5v2 that didn't make it a 2v2 and then they still win it. So all these rounds that were supposed to go the way of Mouz, all these win streak that were supposed to happen for them to win this map,
tournament,
it played out, but
sa
they still couldn't get it
or
done.
sa counterstrike in general. CSGO or CS2
some of these rounds where Mouz seemingly made some mistakes.
Ninjas in pajamas.
Right out of the gate.
60 wins.
Okay, so basically, we're
60
all
matches.
talking here about this Jimmy 1v5. That's not going to get everyone's confidence up. It's going to get Jimmy's confidence up and maybe a sigh of relief
Vitality,
for Mouz. But here,
29, currently on 29 win streak.
Right, opening kill for Torsi. What does Exertion need to go for another kill for? He even got spotted. He has full nades, but he goes for another one. Doesn't matter, because Torsi's going to get another kill. But look at Spinks in lower. He has all the info. Oh, they're grouped up. They want to go A. Torsi's getting that info, but instead of just sitting there with his positioning and chilling, no, he needs to go and flank in a 4 versus 3. Torsi's got 2 kills. They know it's going to be A. Jimmy's like outside of B doors. They're completely set, but no, they need more. It's not good enough for them. And these opportunities given away where it's like, okay, now we're killing our own momentum. Now we're going to be on eco. These are more questionable than, I guess, the Vitality just peeking one by one to kill Jimmy.
It's because they have to sort of psych themselves up that they are not afraid, right? And then they do it when the opportunity isn't there.
Yeah.
Like, they're just doing it for sake. And we've seen this with Mouz before. We've seen Exertion on Inferno push through their own bottom banana smoke against Pistols in the second round to sort of prove that he's not scared and not afraid. That's what they're doing here. Oh, I'm going to trust my instincts. I'm going to push lower. No one's going to be waiting for me. If they are, I'll kill them. And all of a sudden, you're dead, and the reset round is done, and you're back into the hole.
But wait, there's more. Let's go ahead and reload up that next one. I believe it's going to be round number 8 that we jump into. Same sort of ideas here, just a fumble, if you will.
Yeah, it just didn't really make sense to me because Spinks actually goes out middle here, throws his smoke at mid doors, and comes back to B. But instead of just hiding here in closet, waiting for them to actually come through the choke, no, he's got to peek up earlier. And it's the only spot Vitality has to look. But if they come through the doors or come through the window, they have to clear like 20 different spots. He peeks up, bad timing, bad setup. They knew that the B hit was coming. Spinks wastes his smoke instead of isolating outside the site or tunnels. No, they just sit there and let them get converged from 2 different angles. And Jimmy tries to do his best. The guy's falling from the skies. He has to use more bullets than necessary to get that kill, and then he gets traded only 1 for 1. But Spinks, like, what are you doing? Just save the smoke, use it somewhere else, talk about the setup, and what are you doing? Just hide.
Well, that's where we can
just
start
hide.
to connect the dots, because had we not had that round we just played before that, probably would have played it differently. They became too passive, became too scared, maybe realized that they were overdoing it a little bit.
Inintay kasi ni Spinks kung yung lahat ng Vitality na push B. Dapat inabangan niya yun. First person na exposed sa double doors.
And I think also Vitality did a good job. They were putting a lot of emphasis on B in terms of setting aside tunnels a lot to put pressure with you. Make out some of those smokes earlier than maybe Mouz would have liked. Right?
Hindi siya na-trade. Napatay siya kagad.
But not just that, makes the B defenders more paranoid
2v4
about that they don't have a good setup point, which maybe send someone down CT spawn, so their A is more open as well.
So we go a little bit deeper into Dust 2 here. I think we've also got round 20 we can look at towards the end of the game.
This is Mouz winning 6 rounds in a row, right? And this is how they lose after that. They put no real pressure on Cat. They're going to get blocked on Cat. They come late into an A split. Zaiwu with the saved op is posted up at car, finds 2 kills, and this is it. The round is over. Like, this is not a team that's playing with confidence. Like, you're taking map control more aggressively. You're putting the pressure on the CTs, and they're just playing scared. Here, even Spinks dies after time. He died 2 rounds back-to-back after time. So Mouz, even with 6 rounds in a row on the T side, after those 2 rounds, because of that extra hit to the economy, they can't buy anymore. They have to go for sort of a half buy, and then in the final round, they just have Galils. It's like, where is the confidence? Where is the initiative? Why are we not taking Cat earlier? Exertion is sort of trying to make himself known at the 1 minute mark. He's out mid. But Vitality is just 3B, 2A, just gambling sort of a setup, and then ZywOo gets to kill 2 guys without having to face any utility.
That right there is why they're not going to win this matchup, right? When you have a round where you know you're up against a couple of MP9s, you know there's no utility whatsoever on their Vitality side, and you're still playing scared, you're still not using your own utility. I believe 2 of the players survived with 2 flashes and a smoke as well, not used at all. If you're not going to use that to your advantage, that you have all the utility, that you're facing against the team with nothing to show for, you're not going to win.
We're going to do a coach check-in. That's what we're going to do. I'm getting the news right now in real time. You actually hear me getting this news. We're going to hear from MztrDale. Let's do it.
Yeah,
MztrDale.
new game plan, a new prep, sorry. So.
Had a chance to be catching up with MztrDale after the first map of Dust 2. First of all, posed the question, after that Jimmy round went down, did he see any kind of change in the team? Because obviously they lost the next 5 rounds after that round did occur. He said, yes, it was an unacceptable mistake. Took them a while to kind of get out of their own heads. When they did, he felt like it was a well-deserved victory in that Dust 2. He said they were the way better team. Moving on to Mirage, I did pose the question, you know, the last 2 times you faced Mouz on this particular map, they've managed to get the better of you. What is going to change this time around? He chose to keep his cards close to his chest and said, you'll see as we move on to map number 2.
Nice,
Now,
Mirage.
we were almost in a situation where the last time Vitality lost map 1 of a series was the Falcons back in April at the Rivals event. They went on to lose the first map of another series there versus Mouz. So it is possible, but that's not what we happened today.
I think Vitality feels invulnerable at this point. I mean, they gave up a 1v5, one of the dumbest 1v5s I've seen, and they still managed to come back with 5 rounds in a row in the end to close out the game in regulation. It didn't even go to OT. ZywOo and Robs are playing great. They haven't been playing that well this whole tournament. I don't see how Mouz comes back into this series.
I mean, this is a better map for Mouz on Mirage, and one of the things that we got to see that game actually was Jimmy was kind of back in form. We haven't seen that from him in 2025 so far, except for at this event where he seems like his performance is coming back a little bit, gives the team a little bit of a backbone. We've seen him, I mean, that 1 versus 5, yeah, it's diabolical from the side of Vitality, but if Jimmy's able to come back here and be able to close out rounds for these guys, maybe it gives a little bit more leeway for Exertion to have whatever the hell is going on where he feels the need to go and try to make a play when no play needs to be made.
And that's the pressure they're playing under right now, Mouz. They're well aware that if they don't win Mirage, obviously you're down 2-0 in a series. Inferno coming up next. At that point, it's 3-0 written in the stars. If you're Mouz right now, you gotta gas yourself up to the point where we have to win Mirage. There's no way you can allow yourself to go down 0-2 versus an unbeatable Vitality, knowing that your worst map in this map pool, Inferno, is coming up. So I'm not sure if that pressure, that extra layer of pressure that is put on by themselves right now is a good thing for Mouz, but they have to step it up right now.
Maybe they have a hypnotist in the team as well.
Yeah, maybe. You know what? Maybe right down the hallway. Maybe we should go see him as well. But I should also tell you that if you're not here watching in Dallas, there's truly one other better way to watch it. You guys know where I'm going with this? Can you pick up
I
what I'm
know
laying
exactly
down?
where you're going.
Face it, watch, right?
That's right. Face it, watch. Go ahead and check them out. You can watch all the POVs from all your favorite pros playing up there on that stage right now, actively in real time. For us, we do go to a break. Gentlemen, thank you very much. We have Mirage in front of us, a Vitality CT-sided start.
Win rate
and a
88%,
Vitality looking to keep their
67%.
streak alive.
Pistol
Quite a few
rate,
maps under their
46,
belt, but
44.
only 2 more to go to grab the title in
5v4, 71, 5v4 win, 76. Pick by Mouz. Okay.
He's won the round on his own.
That's the plan.
Yeah, he's gonna try. Fakes it out. It's
Ito
the
yung
shot.
clutch ni Iliao. Money C.
See you, beast! So straight, and now pushing in to close it out is Mouz. Heavy gone side by side with him. Naito stands his ground. Oh my god, it's Hades! And he's gone down to the Naito Galil! Izzy keeping him very busy as he closes the gap onto 1-6. Good hold from the Turkish sniper. And this gap close, isolating Jules. Zinho! 2 back turn is helped out by Sunpipe blocking swords.
Jota.
Knock him out to save his team. He does it.
And TeSeS matches the Danes looking to do it. Matches with a double right back. Beats the last moment. And it's ZywOo to stop the defense.
Hi, it's Bob with Face It. The official broadcast is better than ever on Face It Watch. Yep, that's right. Switch it up with the POV selector. 4 angles, your choice. From the main broadcast to your favourite player's view. And it's available on the Faceit app and Chromecast. But wait, there's more! Keep watching, keep winning. That's how we roll. Watch IEM Dallas while having the chance to get skins and Faceit points. Look at this beauty. Change the channel and control how you watch.
So, how do we get to this?
Hey, I'm Fi, and I'm here at IEM Dallas. We're gonna take a look behind the scenes to see what tech makes this tournament tick. But no tour can be done without a tour guide, and that's why I've got the second best JW in esports, Jackson Wolf. What's good and what's happening?
Hey, how's it going, Fi? Yeah, I'm Jackson. I'm the IEM Dallas product manager for this event. What that means for everyone is I kind of work behind the scenes, connect all the different departments, but I also get to do some other fun things like integrating the new Acer Predator Orion 7000 PC. So you want to go take a look?
Hell yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Jackson, what's going on here?
Yeah, so this is the group stage tournament booth. So the referees that you'll see standing behind the players, the people running the servers, they're also in charge of all the equipment. So the Acer Predator, it's the Orion 7000, it's powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor with a built-in NPU, combined with the RTX 5080 with the Cyclone X 360 cooling. We're trying to make sure that it's elite.
5080 yung ano, gamit nilang GPU.
At our
Tournament lang.
Is huge for us. Players travel
Laki ng-
all the time.
laki ng
So we don't like
production nito.
California, but essentially this is where the players come to hang out in between their games and the PC testing.
Holy crap, that's a lot of screens.
Yeah, so we're at the center of everything. The captain's
Vision
there,
mixer.
driving the ship.
What is red, green, and blue plus?
So those are all replay operators. Each color represents something different. So blue will represent all in-game highlights. Green will represent face cameras. And then we have red that's kind of combines them two. It makes like a big highlight package.
It's super cool, super complicated, but it is quite beautiful. Behind me, it looks like this is where the counterstrike is happening, Jackson. What's up with this?
Yeah, so this is the observer station. Over here on the left, we have the context observer. So think frag movies, cinematics, anything third person that can give a little bit extra context to what's going on in the round. Over here, you have the main observer to capture all the kills and get all the action. This is the in-game director. Whatever they choose to see is what actually goes back to the technical director and is what's on the show.
Okay. Sobrang complicated. Daming
We've learned a lot about how Acer Predator and Intel power events like this one here at IEM Dallas. From the hundreds of buttons in the control room to the esports area and player competition. We've seen what goes into the launch of the Predator Orion 7000 as the official tournament PC of future IEM. Now let's get back to Counter-Strike, Dallas.
For years, Mouz has told us they're confident that they can beat the best teams in the world, that they're improving, they're getting better, and they're overcoming their stage woes, but Vitality just gave them one more reminder. There's still a little bit of choke left in them. Vitality has been the beast. They have been unable to take down this opponent they run into constantly throughout the year. They head into Mirage, map 2 in this series, needing a victory, one of the few maps they've had success on against Vitality. But dropping down 0-2 would make this an impossible task to come back in the grand finals in Dallas. So Mirage must be a Mouz victory.
We said it's all about mentality in this game. It's all the mental game in this best of 5. Have Mouz just collapsed? Have Vitality just destroyed them? We're gonna find out here on Mirage.
Mirage from Mouz,
Here we go.
A 13-9 victory back at Blast Rivals. A 13-11 victory back at Blast Lisbon. Can they repeat that success here in Dallas to tie up this grand final series? Pistol round is live. Smoke Molotov onto Brolin, dualies on ZywOo, and a smoke flash on Mezzi for the defense. And Mouz lined up, looking like this is going to be attack into the B bomb site. They got 2 players in underpass, so they can change that quickly. And once again, a passive defense from Vitality. It worked so well on Dust 2. Mouz could never push forward to find an opening. And
nice, one taps.
Rops is just going to continue where he left off.
Rops looking clean on the opener. Perhaps I was going to find the follow-ups. Spinks already finding himself into the window room, and it's a little bit of a surprise for Mezzi, but he's happy to get away with that one. And now he's stuck in the corner. He's pinned in the corner. There's a Palace push coming in as well, so Mezzi decides to go into connector and fight, and he found the bomb, and the rest of his teammates taking kills between them. ZywOo and Robs combined, putting it all on Yimpat. Another 1v5. He's got the first headshot. It's going to be Mezzi to go down. Is there a second offering? Surely they don't give him another chance here.
They're thinking about it right now. They're just like, all right, guys.
Oh, we learned. And so Robs is going to be clean with it. Win the pistol here for Vitality to kick off Mirage.
And again, I think too, it's like some of this passive setups from Vitality that ruined him on Dust 2, ruined him here in this pistol round as well. I feel like Mouz is probably thinking, normally when we run these tactics, we've encountered somebody. Somebody's gotten in a fight. Somebody's gotten a kill. We've got a gap we can exploit somewhere, but none of that available in this pistol round. Even Mezzi just feels the fact that he's surrounded and just decides to get aggressive. So, I mean, exertion, that's not a great look.
Advantage na sa Vitality. Na sila cash.
Well, they don't. They absolutely don't. Right now. There's no follow-up force buy. They can even get close to a bomb plant, so no extra cash.
Full buy.
Comfortable 2-0. Should be coming up here for Vitality.
Ala, harvest tanan. Oh, ana, kana pigod.
ZywOo keeping it clean.
Ala, patay tanan.
Rob's committed to help it.
Ay, nako.
2-0 lead. At least it's quick. And Mouz get into the buy.
All right, AK-47's out for Mouz, so we're going to see what their T-side's going to start looking like. And this will be something they need to worry about, because Robs had that huge performance on Dust 2, start to finish. Strongest player inside the server, the most impact felt from his rifles. If he's going to get map 2 started underway, Mouz has got to be very cautious about how they approach taking mid-control if he's going to be frisky like that off catwalk.
Well, here comes Flame sprinting up into the underpass, right into space. Pretty loud about it. And still nearly wins the fight, which would have been a little bit ridiculous. Spink's going to hold on, but there's a second wave. And as Rob's coming this time, Spinks realizes that's a possibility and keeps it going. As he looked for the B aggression. He does indeed, and Mezzi, he's still going to go for it. He's going to go right into Spinks, and eventually, on the third time of asking, Vitality bring him down.
At least
look at this, a little bit of pressure over from Palace. Torji's here with Yimpat.
2 kills.
They're going to wait a little bit of time for Brolin and Exertion to get back, but they're already staged up and ready to hit into this A bomb site. I like that round from Spinks. I think he noticed how aggressive the MP9 was and said no one sacrifices themselves like that if there's not a second player coming. So very aware of the situation, and the same thing with Vitality at the end of round 3. They're outpositioned, a man down. So group up at the B bomb site, concede A. It should be the first round for Mouz because Apex isn't going to fight.
And Apex gets caught anyway in the jungle. So safe call for Vitality. They'll wrap it up, and Mouz finally getting one on the board here. Be great if they were able to get a good start into the gun round, start building some momentum into this map. We know how important it will be for them just to try and shake off the woes of Dust 2.
Well, think about some of the personal aspects of it as well. You look over at Spinks, the one player dead for Mouz in this round with that nice double kill to start things off. But Vitality player last year, a lot of the conversation that we've heard from Vitality from Apex has been his indecision of staying in the team, when he wants to leave the team, where he wants to be. Prevented them from lifting more trophies last year. Spinks kind of was one of those guys, thought the grass was a little bit greener. So now he's looking for that indication. He's searching for it. He's had Vitality. His former teammates beat them 5 times this year, all while he's looking to prove that he's made the right decision.
I think the Spinks move to Mouz was a little unexpected, and we wondered how's it going to go. You've lost Shuey. How is Brolin going to fare as an in-game leader? Everything about Brolin's character that we've seen outside of the server, you know, kind of timid in interviews, quiet, soft-spoken guy. We didn't think he was going to make it as an in-game leader, but Mouz have got better and better. They've won a title this year. They're in another grand final on the stage. And Spinks has been a part of that.
Congratulations, Brolin. All that IGL success you've had throughout the year leads you to this, trying to figure out a way to beat the best team in the world at the moment. Round 4. Exertion and Brolin for mid control. Rops and ZywOo and Apex to defend against it. Deep smoke, and that's a good little spam. Rops gets out of danger.
ZywOo staying committed in mid. He's going to have the support of the grenade of Rops going up in behind. ZywOo down to very low HP. Mid health to be exact.
Kapit pa siya na puruhan.
Applying pressure, solo B again. The smoke at Palace is going to stop Torji and Impact from moving forward and applying pressure to Flames.
Interesting seeing back-to-back rounds of Yimfad and Torji kind of grouped up over in Palace. Normally a position where you just see one lurk player there.
This time they got the bomb. That's the key difference as well. Bomb with him. So an A split being set up with Spinks' lurk at B. Flames is going to watch them as they come out of Palace. That's the bomb. Oh, and it's not the perfect time to Palace. It's Flames just eradicating their chances, and they've got to fight their way out of it. Sure, a great double for Brolin, but they've still got to go back and get that bomb at Palace, which means walking into the waiting arms of ZywOo, who just waits back at CT spawn.
Yeah, Brolin's happy to be the player watching for the rotation through the murder hole. He knows they're likely not going to be coming from that position. High HP on Spinks. Yeah, he's made a sick walk. Got to be careful. Rops is close by. I think he heard something.
Oh.
You can see the reaction.
Padungog na pag-ambak ba?
It's going to allow Spinks to walk right into him. Rops, no problem. He's got it. Takes a little bit of damage on board, but with that kill, tips Vitality into the favor. 25 seconds to get the bomb back.
Dungo niya pag-ambak pag-drop ni Iwan.
Send Exertion back to Palace and let Brolin make his way through the murder hole. But he's caught by Mezzi. And so Exertion now leaps out of Palace to try and grab the bomb. He's picked it up, but it's an impossible task that waits in front of him. And he realizes that, so he's going to back away. AK-47 trying to hold on to it.
Yeah, he can replenish utility. Teammates will buy back up into things. And Mouz trying to initiate the round by walking through smoke. They tried it on pistol round as well. Flames handles it both times very, very well. Double kill in this round. And a 3-1 lead for Vitality. Looking much the same. Mouz, even with those 2 kills from Brolin, can't find the following piece. Spinks, he had to have just made one extra footstep. That
trade na as next season.
Rops was so convinced.
Or next tournament.
This is the timing. Flames looks back. He handles it quite well. Doesn't get caught off guard. Yeah, Spinks going to be very frustrated about that, thinking that perhaps he had the play to get his team back into the round, but it's not to be.
It's all right. It's a solid buy in this round from Mouz, and it's still early going. Plenty of time to recover. But yet to find success they can lean on, they can rely on. Exertion is going to lead the way in underpass. Torji top mid and Brolin in support.
Impact. Next up, out of the ramp, you got Spinks pushing Palace. Just as that fight goes down, and so it is Flames this time to lose the fight out of Palace, but ZywOo stepping up, and instead he's got the double. Killing towards ramp, no problem on the Impact. He's got eyes on connector, but he needs to defer. What? Oh yeah, that's what we've all come to see. ZywOo on the swivel. Torzi up, and the chance of an ace. As ZywOo, will he oblige the audience? Yes, he will!
Ace.
He's here to entertain. ZywOo on the stage in the grand final.
Oh, style points. The clean one tap to close it out. The best player in the world. And he's come into 2025 with an attitude.
1.
He just rips them apart everywhere they are on the map. Exertion had a chance, the best chance.
3, 4.
But you best not miss, and ZywOo makes you pay.
5.
And another rough hit to the mental. Back down to pistols. Vitality are the best team, but they've also got the best individual. That's what makes them so deadly. Flames taking Brolin out. Opening kill for Vitality.
Yeah, this is kind of the end of Dust 2. All these rounds are falling really, really flat for Mouz. I feel like a lot of these opening kills coming in for Vitality, it feels like sometimes there's really not a great way to trade any of them. This round, obviously, just with pistols, nothing's going to be easy. And Mouz back away from this B bomb site. The angle from Mezzi way too strong. But Mouz having all those same issues we've talked about for years of just you get to this point and it looks like a completely different team than what we saw on the group stage. They melted through everyone on the way here. 2 0s. They didn't drop a map before getting to the grand finals. embarrassing their opponents. Falcons, they wiped the map with them the entire series. Against Vitality, we've got no indication that Mouz is here to play.
Debate.
5-1 and a timeout called from Mouz. Cyclone probably feeling desperate.
If you're Vitality, you're loving this. One map up in the best of 5 already. ZywOo on a heater here, Mirage 9-0.
I think if you're Cyclone as well, you're talking to the guys and you're like, all right, look, mid control has fallen flat. This whole Palace play idea we have hasn't netted us anything. Maybe a 1-for-1 trade, the best it's given you, but coming through the smoke in Palace doesn't work. It might be time. Mouz has done a lot of default spread out, going to underpass, coming to take middle. It might be time to just kind of fall back and do something easy. See if you can get something going with just an A exec. You know they've been running some mid control on the CT side. Maybe you can take advantage of that fact. Get into the bomb site, play a post plant.
Be a great time for Toysy to start getting impact as well. He's got the AWP out. He's going to be charging to top mid. They're going to boost him up over the top of the top mid smoke. He'll peer down into Khan. Nothing revealed to Toysy early on.
Oh, tons of damage eaten by Brolin through the smoke. Just when they make their move, Apex had the nade primed for the utility coming in from the Mouz side of things. That's really good chip damage onto Brolin at the Mouz side of things. Him and Exertion just back all the way off. Torgy's going to chuck a mid-round window smoke, but Vitality was just aggressive. They were just aggressively controlling mid. They know everything and the smoke is missed anyways.
Oh, they're going to peek it as well. They have a look in the mid. They're going to see no one moving now. It's all starting to line up here as they go to the A site. They're going to be going into ZywOo.
He's an anchor now.
Flames at the top of the stairs. It's going to be Brolin, the first victim. ZywOo takes a couple of steps forward under the wood. And they might think it's clear because they just used fire on it, and so they don't even check him. ZywOo in a great reposition. Once again, another stellar hold for the A defense here of Vitality. It is impenetrable right now. They're separated. Spinks once again on the lurk at the B bomb site. This time he beats out Robs, but where can you go with this with 30 seconds? There's nowhere to run. You have to hide.
There's no impact on the lurk when everyone else dies on the other side of the map, and I'll tell you what, that's a really cool setup from Vitality. It's obviously the positions are nothing special, but when you think about it, I make a joke about ZywOo being the anchor.
Grade 1 ni ma.
So when Flames
Mouz,
gets the first kill over towards stairs,
porket
the rest of
imoli na
Mouz
ng
thinks the bomb
Underwood.
site is clear. Look,
Safe
okay,
na
the
dayon,
Echo's
namang
blocked. There's
dili
obviously
maabot
been
na
set
ng
up
molly
because we
good.
just through the window smoke they didn't realize missed, and everyone's walking into the A bomb site not
The
clearing
bricks
anything.
dapit, nakakilid sa
ZywOo's
bricks.
lying in wait for an easy frag and an easy round win. Now a 5-round lead, and now Vitality so confident, so comfortable, ready for the late round hunt. Torgy is going to get away.
Yeah, make sure he gets around the corner, gets that one pick at the end. So at least they'll still have the AWP going into the next round. But a second timeout for Mouz in this first half.
Root for Vitality. Fuck you, AP. Wala butog smoke ano? Molly.
Vitality were in control of Dust 2 for most of the first map as well. It took a Jimmy 1v5 to even give some life to Mouz. It wasn't enough for them to ride it through to the end either. But they need a moment like that again. A turning point in the half to actually come back and get some rounds under their belt. It looks like Vitality are going to walk into a second map victory in this best of 5.
Well, Mouz, they need something from somebody like we had from Jimmy on Dust 2. Now's the time for that individual step up, that individual performance to breathe some new life in him. We saw what it can do. 1v5 victory for Jimmy, and they went on a 6-round streak, but now they haven't had any heroics, any success. All 5 players for Mouz grouped up. They're tired of getting picked off one by one, spread across the map. They'll play the trade game. A death ball in middle. ZywOo and Khan, Mezzy over on catwalk for a defensive crossfire.
Towards you let that shot.
Info.
ZywOo in connector. Unstoppable. Unkillable. He's going to get away on 8 HP.
11-0 for ZywOo early on in Mirage. And inside the smoke, when that fades, he can pop up at any moment. He might be able to grab one more with fortunate timing. Flames clearing out Palace. seeing that it's open, that nobody's home from Mouz. And now ZywOo has all the information. Exertion still up in the ladder room though. He'll be the pivot point as Mouz rotate back to the A bomb site.
He catches ZywOo, first death. Exertion finishes him off. The bomb shifting back into the A play. Flames, if he goes down to Exertion, that would weaken the defense massively so. Flames is still worried about the A-Pounds coming through the ramp. Apex is hidden. If Flames can set up the distraction, perhaps Apex can knock the rest of them down. Flames is up first. Spinks to hit the deck. Flames paranoid about Palace, Connector, and the ramp. But he's done a great job so far, keeping the pressure up. Now Apex reveals his spot. It's another kill. Another strong A setup. And they've held on long enough that the rotation is in as well. And Mezzi's just going to push out a CT squad. 7-1, Vitality continue to build.
Ay, nako.
And Mouz have no life in the finals.
I mean, Vitality just have this team beat in so many different ways. It's now 5, I mean, again, the 5 series that they've already won so far this year. And now in this grand final, it's looking like Mouz have no new tricks to bring to the table. ZywOo is just destroying them. Straight up. When anyone else is required upon, they're delivering. But ZywOo is an absolute monster here on Mirage.
They've walked into so many different looks of it as well.
It's the second time they've been confused by Flames positioning as the anchor, right? Because they're just so convinced that he's going to be the guy there. But ZywOo lying in wait. Now Apex in the previous round.
Here's a pop into A coming out of Palace. You got Apex tucked in behind Ninja. The initial contact to be taken by ZywOo, and then they run right into Apex. He's blinded, so he doesn't get the follow-up kill on this. But good damage being done. Brolin and Torzi at least able to fight a little bit, but it's a Brolin clutch required with an AWP in his hands. He's gonna miss the first opportunity, goes back to it, and Rob shuts the gap down before it really opens up.
Yeah, giving him no room with which to operate between the shots of that AWP. Now a 7-round lead as Vitality continue inflicting pain. And you could see just the confusion when we get onto the Mouz players' faces. They don't know what the solution is. They don't know how to adapt. Round 10, and no indication it's going to go any differently.
Yeah, there was excitement brewing at this event because we've seen Mouz get better and better towards having an incredible performance in the early stages of the competition. And Vitality also looked weaker by their own standards, so we thought this grand final could deliver, but right now, it is same old, Vitality 8-1 up on the second map of play. Flames now confident, emboldened by their early success. He's gonna walk into the ramp and get punished by Yimpat.
Okay, you've just been handed an advantage, and you have to capitalize on it now. Another missed window smoke. Mouz today looking real shaky. Apex gonna hold on to underneath balcony for the moment. Good kill onto Spinks, who's tried to lurk out. Yimpat and Torji waiting for their moment.
Oh, ZywOo waiting for that smoke to fade away. Spot a little bit of his opponent.
Look at Mezzi, he's all the way at the end of B halls. He's about to bring out a big flank, but they're coming back from T-spawn.
Well, they seem to be aware of what they've lost, what the gap is. Can Mezzi, he doesn't turn the right way. Looks away as Toysy takes him down. That's the opening. That's information that there's a weakness on the B side, but is there really a weakness? Because ZywOo's now here with the AWP, and the turret, goes jumping into them. Not ready for Brolin to be so close.
He's really disappointed in himself. That was way too much. And man, Vitality, this one just goes away from them. The first round, they've really tried to be aggressive and on an individual level with the push down ramp, with the push into B halls from ZywOo to get the deep angle, the flank from Mezzi. All of those get punished.
Yeah, limit testing, and they've found the limit. It's going to be a second round here for Mouz.
And I think, you go into these last 2 rounds of the half, and Vitality's, nope, let's just sit back, and they still don't know how to find a kill. So a little bit of extra breathing room for Mouz with this round number 2. Money's fine for Vitality.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? You still got to go up against a really solid buy in the next round. There's Apex handling the quick push. Spinks thinking he's caught a timing.
ZywOo trying to play, get some safety in the hall so he didn't have to worry about catwalk, and far more progression than he expected. That player came up through the underpass. ZywOo thought he had more time because Mezzi encountered players back in T-spawn. Misjudging the situation. I mean, for Mouz, you're like, okay, we got this round. Now we have to win the rest in this half. We got to get to 4 to give ourselves some room in the second half. But again, you didn't really do anything there to win the round. You were kind of given those opportunities by the aggression and the pushes from Vitality, by their choices. You'll take it. But you still want to feel like at the end of this half, you got it under control. Timeout from Vitality, and that might just be Xtaz being extra cautious. saying we're in control of this game, just don't give it up, just keep going. No more rounds like that, no more rounds where we make it extremely easy. Every round we fight for. Reminding them of the stakes of everything they're playing for, the grand final here at IEM Dallas. Putting yourselves in the best position possible for the coming weeks at the Austin Major. The potential second ESL Grand Slam in 1 year. Reaching the dirty 30 win streak.
Looking to collect their first of 2 titles in Texas. ZywOo smoked out, held back. Oh. Still gonna peek with a grenade, and of course it'll still work out for ZywOo. It's just a little bit different for him.
Man, he's really just a beast. Look how hard it is if you're Mouz to set anything up. Just once again, this time you're grouped up, you want to prevent those early losses, and ZywOo's still able to grab one for nothing.
And now Rops is ready for a jump up on that bench. Flame's gonna be applying pressure out from the connector. Brolin being caught. Rops then steps forward, and Vitality, they sense weakness in middle, but they are mistaken as Spinks holds on to the double push. He's actually dealt him an even blow. We're back to a 2v2, and there's still a lot of time here for Mouz.
Yeah, but Vitality has been the superior team in these situations on both Dust 2 and now obviously on Mirage. Rops is going to back up into the B bomb site. The defenders kind of have to play split for the moment, and you can see over at the A bomb site the positioning from ZywOo. So many different choke points to worry about. He knows window is available, connector is available, so he's got to worry about window. Yimfat and Spinks. Up con into the A bomb site. 35 seconds left on the clock. There's a kit on ZywOo. There's utility for the CTs to use. Plenty for Mouz to set up this post plant. A must-win clutch.
Off for ZywOo, creeping ever closer. And it's a shot to the chest. Spinks to be sliced. And Yimpat asks the clutch again for Mouz. 8 seconds on the clock, going for bullets instead of Brawn, but he's got to go for this. They plant down in the site and denied by ZywOo.
Ang kabugwa. Lugay kay
Hell for Mouz.
Lugay kay gipatay.
Go right for Mouz. Even the Molotov doesn't spread to ZywOo's feet. He finds a safety in the corner.
Giwolbang niya, wag gina gihurot.
Waited too long to start the plant while the Molotov was up, so it's an easy
Hinuktok ra
solution
nang
for ZywOo.
magwolbang wala na napatay. Hinuktok
Final
ra.
round of the first half.
This is the opening move with the grenade, and ZywOo makes it look easy. The man to open, and the man to close. It's all too easy right now for Vitality.
And if you don't laugh, you cry is what Torji's thinking as he lets out a giggle. A rough way to lose another round, and a rough half to have to experience in the Mouz jersey. Exertion in middle all on his lonesome. Towards the B-bomb site we go with numbers.
Mezzi blinded, but they haven't checked him. They do not check Mezzi. And a double kill as he melts the attack, and Robs is up next. Mouz halted, slowed down, and brought to a stop at the B site. Vicious from Vitality, 10-2, as they look to blank Mouz on the second map of Mirage.
Dali rin ng home noon o ginaan performance sa Mouz Sports.
Well, this is the scoreline you get when one team outclasses the other in pretty much every aspect of the game. Tactically, strategically, and individually. Vitality on another level today, especially ZywOo. 15-3 on this first half of Mirage. Incredible sequences, an ace in that first half as well. There's no one from Mouz who can step up and challenge Vitality right now, and this map might come to a very quick conclusion.
A mountain for Mouz to climb, but it all starts with the first step. And will they fall flat in their face? Vitality gathering with the bomb outside of B. Mezzi with a molly in hand. 2 through mid, 2 through B. Lurk in Palace and Robs. Mezzi to take first contact. Bomb is now shifting into the underpass. Mezzi staying committed. Rob's taking damage at Palace. Mouz have got some early info to work with here. They know what's coming at them. There's a split through the connector. Exertion's got the first kill of the pistol. They need a little bit more, and so it's Spinks from behind. A double execution. Rob's down to Palace. And it's a quick, clean pistol here for Mouz.
All right, there we go. There's a little bit of life, and they get to have a chance at getting things started, or a chance at least playing themselves awake into this series. Oh, that's a valiant attempt. That's a very valiant attempt. Nice job from Spinks. Double kill and Khan getting aggressive, not letting them actually execute, turning around and handling the B-bomb site. Great flick over onto Mezzi. So 10-3 the scoreboard, or the score line.
But no round is unwinnable for Vitality, especially when they've got Deagles and Tech 9s. A little bit of something.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that eventuality. It's actually horror in my brain for Mouz to imagine in a world in which they lose this round. That would just be too much.
Well, they're coming at them. The right hit, simple utility, an A execution, and Brolin stopping one. Apex able to respond. The pressure's up. The bomb plant denied. Apex not allowed to get away with it.
Got to get that bomb while the smokes are still up though and get it planted. Robs.
Oh,
he's not actually doing it.
Oh, the myth. He comes through the smoke. Oh, Mezzi appears, but Exertion ready. Handles him. Couldn't get Robs. The pressure's still on. But now Rob's alone, and he's dropped. So Mouz will pick it up without losing to the force buy, and they also don't concede a bomb plant.
Yeah, all about stopping that bomb plant. Really well done from Mouz. Spraying the bomb plant down through the smoke, and then all of a sudden Vitality actually have to attack into you. They no longer have the safety sit in the bomb site and wait for you for the retake. And they've got to do it with crappy weapons, so an easy mop-up for Mouz. Vitality invested a couple Deagles, a scout on Robs. So trying to do a little bit of economic damage in this round. That's probably the best that Vitality can hope for.
Ooh, fucking hell.
To make much happen with that scout. It's going to be Brolin and Yimpat with the 2 openers, and should be able to clean up the Deagles in mid as well without too much issue. And that M4 is going to hold down -1. It's going to be Torty to come out on top of the final kill. 5th round for Mouz, halfway down to the comeback. But here comes the buy for Vitality at the start of the second half. Everybody on AK-47s.
Yeah, it should be, I mean, you can do whatever you want in this round for Vitality. We'll see what they open up with. Do you want to spread into a default? Do they want to go actually and just attack into a bomb site, a set piece, get in? How exactly do you want to kick things off in this gun round as you try and close out map number 2? Map number 3 will be Inferno. A little bit of mid-control now for Vitality. Flame's going to lead the way through, turning from flashbangs. One up on Catwalk, one at the underpass. Oh no, not another one. Good trade from ZywOo, and mid is opened up.
Yeah, it keeps it 3v3, and a lot of space in mid for Vitality. Impact worried about B for good reason. Rob's applying pressure. Impact goes into the peak, and he'll win it this time against Robs. Torzy's drifted over to help out B.
I like I like Robs actually forcing that fight a little bit. I mean, you have the 2 kills that come out in middle, so he knows more like likely he has a one-on-one at the B bomb site. Finds it, can't get the kill, but the opportunity is still there. I like the idea from Robs. Not able to close it out. So Mezzi and ZywOo join up. At the base of Con, it's Brolin playing very passive in CT spawn as the A bomb site defender, but Mouz is not sitting back on their heels. Yimfat gonna start getting information and getting started on a flank. Torji gonna come on back and he'll be able to support Brolin, but ZywOo and Mezzi have the room to get a bomb planted.
Yeah, they've gotten position very quietly. Contact all the way to CT, and now they make contact with Brolin. The NP9 on top of the first fight. Damage done to Mezzi as well. And that really should take him out of contention for this clutch. You've got Impact coming ramp, and Torchy through CT. And Mezzi just gonna jump into the open with Molly in hand.
Nice.
He goes down, and another round for Mouz picked up.
Yeah, they're getting started very well in the second half to make a game out of it. 4 in a row, 6-10. Getting a little bit closer, but we're not there yet.
Yeah, they built a decent amount of money for themselves as well on this CT side. Vitality have got enough for another buy here with rifles.
Well, Torji's op is in the field of play now as well, so let's see what he's doing. We haven't really had to talk about it too much.
No, we haven't.
But it has been on fire throughout this event. Quiet, obviously, in map 1 and so far in map 2, but CT side Mirage, let's see if he can get it rolling, because that's going to be great for the rest of this series.
Yeah, it took a while to figure out what they wanted to buy here, Vitality, but in the last second, they throw an AK on to ZywOo and Robs with the Galil. Some utility and a direct hit into the A bomb site. No lurks. It's all about getting out A. 4 through ramp, 1 through Palace, and here they come. Vitality on the charge. And it's that Torsi op that you just mentioned. Not able to connect on the first time of asking. He has to relinquish control of CT, and this opens up a gap as Vitality start to move through on it.
Yeah, the top-rated player of the event so far hasn't been able to have impact in these grand finals. Now Mao's going to sit patiently behind these smokes in this utility, trying to delay, trying to harass and deal damage as this bomb gets planted. So first step is there for Vitality, but the hardest one is winning the round.
This isn't even a full buy for Vitality, not even a full investment. But they're in the site, and they're always dangerous when they get themselves into these positions. But Brolin finds the follow-up kill. It's now a 5v3 on the retake. But the 2 rifles still alive, and one of them in the hands of ZywOo. Deadly to the headshot, steps out into the open. But
nice one.
Clean up with Torzi beside him.
Nice cleanup.
And Mouz makes sure it's not a Vitality round win.
Nice attempt from Vitality, getting aggressive on the retake when the Mouz players are in transition. ZywOo's able to grab a couple, but too much of an advantage for the Mouz defense. And a second timeout called now by Vitality. Starting to feel a little bit of worry. Not panicked yet, but Mouz have won 5 in a row. They've handled your executes into the A bomb site with no problem. And they're now within striking distance, just 3 rounds back. So for Vitality, they're saying we need to stop this right here, right now. Fist bumps are out, and maybe a change of style. Maybe instead of these A execs with the low buys, maybe we do see them go back to that mid control. Spread out across the map, give some individuals freedom.
Torzi. Smooth moves. He'll get himself to short. Vitality have the mid control. Zershin trying to make it a little more difficult for ZywOo. Sends 1 bullet through the smoke. Brolin's pushed up in ramp.
A nice little position for him that gives him flexibility. Exertion can be a little bit more free roaming towards top con. Spinks hiding in the window. Vitality take mid, and they take mid control, smoke out to deny the information that they vacated the premises. It's back around to the A bomb site, so similar idea, but they just wanted to start it with mid control to see if they can keep the defense away.
Yeah, but Brolin's on his toes. He's aware of this possibility. He's aware that the A play might be queued up. Can he stop it? Can he make it more difficult at least? First up, ZywOo sees the shoulder, and that's all he'll see. Mezzi follows up on the double peek. ZywOo and Mezzi creating space into the A bomb site. Torzi has to try and shut them down. It's a good quick kill here on Mezzi. Is there anything else in the AWP at the back of the bomb site? And there won't be, because they're rotating, because Robs is calling him to come back to B. It's opened up. There's a huge amount of space as Impact comes back, but is he going to get shut down by Robs?
So much attention pulled to the A bomb site. Vitality simulated that so well. Wasn't meant to be a fake, it was meant to be an exec, which is why it felt so real to Mouz. They've all shifted away, and Rops has found the foothold inside the B bomb site. Yimfat coming back to see what he can recover, but I think it's too late.
Well, they're already in. The bomb now coming, and he's going to do damage to the bomb carrier, but he can't stop them from getting in the site. And Apex is going to stop them from rotating. As he gets to top middle, Exertion is cut off, and Mouz fall to just 3 plays, and they're a long way off winning this. They're a long way off winning this. With that kill on Apex, numbers again even.
They've got kits.
And Yimpat knows he did damage as well onto the player that jumped out of the window. That's ZywOo. Yimpat tapping away to the bench player, doing more damage. Finished off by Torzy. Flames up next, and he's not gonna miss. Not gonna miss his chance. And it's all on Flames now as Spinks comes back in. And
nice!
to bring him down.
Nawolbang pa.
Central route for Mouz to keep this comeback going.
All the things going wrong for Mouz on Dust 2 are now going right in this second half. You get the benefit, that spam down at the very end. Vitality even plays that very well. The bait from ZywOo with low HP. It's played perfectly. But 2 spam kills on this retake. A couple miracles for Mouz. And now 6 in a row in this second half. Dallas, the comeback is on. Do you want Mouz to complete it?
2 rounds away. It looked like it was about to be a one-sided mirage. A collapse for Mouz. And Mezzi already out of the ramp. He's got ZywOo in front of him. Look at this. Vitality has some space to play with.
They've got him beat. They just need the kills now.
Can they take them? Will they boost up? Yes, they will. Brolin's timing. Looked away. ZywOo's on the top of the stairs now. There's no way Brolin's ready for this. ZywOo zaps away Brolin.
They still don't know about Exertion though. Similar position, who can wheel himself out of Con. Going to be smoked off now, but still has a chance for impact. Going to stick in Con, wait for his teammates to arrive, play the 4-on-4. Another retake opportunity for Mouz. The last one looked so clean. The retakes in this half have looked clean. 3 in a row diffuses Mouz has. And 1 more needed to close the gap to just 1.
The wall bangs in the previous retake helped their woes, allowed them back into the site. Gotta hope for some success similar to that now. Plenty of utility. Robs will burn, and he gets taken down. Quick first kill here for Mouz on the retake attempt. They launch themselves in. This time ZywOo Mezzi on the fight, but it's just Mezzi left. The defuse being stuck. It's planted on default. Can he get there in time? Yeah!
Fucking hell.
It's Mezzi stealing it away. 11 rounds of Vitality.
Magina na defuse, gago.
And he just blasts his way to the defuse.
And the desk mentioned it, how good the supporting cast for Vitality has been. We're always going to talk about ZywOo. We're always going to talk about Rops, but Mezzi has delivered in so many big moments.
Oh, so close.
So impactful, so clutch.
So close.
And now we see if the story is the same as it was on Dust 2. An incredible run from Mouz to get back into the map, but a single loss. Does that shake them off kilter? Does that ruin their rhythm?
Well, it was enough on Dust 2 to destroy them, to make them disappear.
So let's see some of that mentality they've been talking so much about. Time to dig deep. And well, it's just a rinse and repeat through the smoke for sure.
Only 1 player here, it's Torzy looking to make the difference this time. Torches Flames. Spinks and Apex, blow for blow. Robs opening up, another fight towards Brolin, gets into the connector. Utility drops in, Robs goes down, Spinks again, another impact kill for Mouz. ZywOo diving down out of Palace, and once again it is ZywOo tasked with a clutch for Vitality. This is the sharpest tool they have.
21 kills.
The weapon of mass destruction in ZywOo, and he's gonna bring it down to the 1v1. The game, or the Hungarian highlight. ZywOo against Torzy. Defuse tapped, not the stake. ZywOo starting to move in, and it's Torzy to pick it up.
Fucking hell.
Dropping ZywOo. And he's had a great run of form here in Dallas. And he's going to respond to the Vitality win with one of his own.
Keeps Mouz in the fight.
Yeah, it is the sharpest tool we've got in the tournament. Such a good event for him, and a clutch to keep this comeback going and reverse that stop Mouz from falling into that pit of despair they encountered on Dust 2. And Spinks is learning a lesson. If you're going to take that kind of a stance against ZywOo, you better nail the shot. He's not going to forgive you and not let you get away. Torji saves him.
A pretty calm reaction as well from Torji winning the 1v1 against ZywOo. Knows the job is not done. That is just merely a lifeline. They still have to swim back to shore.
But at least this time on this map, they can look at this run and be like, we've been doing it this whole time. This CT side has been locked down. We know exactly what we're doing. We can handle Vitality here. They don't have those doubts that Dust 2 introduced. An incredible run in Vitality, gonna buy into this round. A smaller investment with the full losing bonus. Pistols and the one hero AK-47 on ZywOo. But their T side really struggling as Mouz's defense has hit an incredible level. The last 4 round wins for Mouz have been defuses and retakes. They've looked clean. It's all a fake and it's working. Look how hard Mouz bit on this. Look at the rotation on the minimap. Just now Exertion getting back into position.
Exertion is going to get one. I was hoping for a little bit more on that peak. He had the element of surprise for the distraction set up from his teammate in the site, but not enough to feel comfortable here if you're Mouz.
No, definitely not if you're Brolin, low HP, and you got everyone to worry about.
Rob's trying to fight down CT, but he knows he wants that low HP player. He wants to get it, and he's got it. Rob's in the hunt. Successful. He catches himself a Brolin. And now the plant is being secured. Apex looking to put it down. Spink's not there in time to deny it. And so the fuse is lit. Will it be 12 for Vitality off the back of it? As he waits, up on ticket, it's gonna be Torzi, straight to the head. Flames and Rops, 2v3, and the flank around the back.
Oh, that
and
could
Rops get there in time.
That could be the winning play if Flames keeps him off the bomb.
He's got to keep them pinned. Oh, he taps on a Torzi, and now it's Rops around the back. Flames is doing it all on his own. He doesn't even need Rops right now, but he'll be the final piece, and he can't do it, so it is Flames required. Time ticking, dancing with death, and Spink does not have a kit. He does not have the time. And Vitality, they've got map point.
Pantong grang na transfer na si Spink, bugoon po rin yung bata.
Incredibly precise shots.
Ay, nako.
And it's the supporting cast. This is what makes Vitality so strong. This is what makes them so hard to beat. ZywOo's bringing you to the finish line, but Mezzi and Flames with impact to bring you over.
And look what it's done to the money here for Mouz as well. They're broken. They're completely shattered at the end. Flames with some beautiful shooting here. And it might just be enough to close out the second map of the best of 5.
And it's got to just be so gutting for Mouz. Again, 2 maps in a row, huge runs to come back into the maps, contend down the stretch.
And just think about it, it's a best of 5. You're going up against a team that hold a 29 win streak. 6th final, looking for their 6th title. How are you going to find the way to pull back a best of 5 and reverse sweep it? I just don't see a world in which that happens for Mouz. If Vitality close Mirage here, they are likely looking at their 6th title and a 30th win in a row. This is what Mouz have. 5-7s, Deagles, MP9, and a FAMAS.
It's not pretty, but you can always do something clever and creative. How prepared is Vitality going to be? And actually, it looks like they don't even want to let that clever and creative plan come into action. They just say, we'll stay grouped up. We don't need to spread out, thin out our attack and let you pick us off. Over to the B bomb site we go, and Apex, he hasn't called a play like this all throughout the half, so Mouz have no idea it's coming. It's Yimpat alone with the Deagle.
Impact, gonna be cleared, no problem for Apex. Follow up for the MAC-10, not good enough. And the last ditch effort for Mouz to leap back into the site. It doesn't look like it is going to be enough to keep them going here. Spinks has to make us believe. With that MP9, he doesn't muster it, so it's Brolin to step up instead. The Swede looking for some sweetness, but it will not be a fact. It is Vitality last year who came to Dallas and were defeated in the finals. But this time they are looking to destroy Mouz to take that Dallas title.
Well, that was more like it from Vitality. And by that, I mean it was Mouz
map.
that could not find some footing here on the second map of the series, Mirage, in the way of the Bumblebees. I welcome you back to the grand finals here in Dallas, Texas. The Intel Extreme Masters have been here all week. We're kind of coming to a head right now, it seems. Vitality want to take us there. They want to keep that streak alive.
I'm gonna get Mouz.
I've got Steel. I've even got Yanko. They've given me all the fixings today up here on the desk.
Yeah, I think this crowd really dislikes Apex, but he's a good guy, man. He tried to extend this map to give them a little bit more content by calling a force buy after you lose pistol 10-2 up with no plans. I feel like that was what sort of gave a little bit of momentum to Mouz in the second half, but in reality, it was all Vitality on Mirage.
And ZywOo, by far.
By far. I mean, ZywOo was almost a one-man show for that, I mean, even the first half of the game, but even at the end, I think he was like 10 kills ahead of his next teammate. It's just mind-blowing to me. I mean, I have to kind of follow on Yanko's point about the force buys. It wasn't just round 2, though. It's like 5 times in that half. Guys, you can take a save and then play a buy round out, but if you want to say something about the ZywOo ace, I mean, there's not much to say. It speaks for itself there.
This is where you knew it's over. This is where you were, like, even if you maybe thought there might be a chance, nah, this final's over. If ZywOo is having aces like that, you know, we can see how he's flying around the map, really just taking fights, booming with confidence and owning Mouz. Honestly, the player cams on Mouz, after the pistol round, you saw Exertion sort of just shaking his head. You know, there's no belief there. There's no real faith that they can take down Vitality, and honestly, even if they were playing better, it wouldn't matter when ZywOo was playing like this.
That's the thing, right? That is the first time in this tournament we see ZywOo play at this level, where he's dictating the game as much as he is right now. The ace, the impact he had in all the rounds, the feeling that whenever ZywOo is alive, he can make something happen. I think we saw it on the T side as well. 2 or 3 times he had an hero AK, so it's like Vitality also putting stock into ZywOo, feeling like this is his game, this is him who's making the difference right now. I gotta be honest, you know, the positive side for Mouz is that they did make the game competitive to some degree. The negative thing is that it doesn't matter. You know, there's nothing to show for it. We're now heading into a third map, Trace. It's Inferno. Yanko said it. The game is over. I think so too. It's just a bit of a shame that we're getting to this conclusion. Woo! That's what it feels like.
It kind of does feel like that to a degree, because yes, I mean, for what we got in the first map of the series, it gave a little bit of lifeline in here. It made me believe that Mouz were about to at least push Vitality around. Map 2, we didn't get it, Josh.
We didn't get it. I think when we look at the maps here, you would expect Mouz to do better on Mirage or Dust 2 for sure. Inferno being that kind of the map that they need to win to be able to stay in it. Otherwise, Vitality starts their next ESL Grand Slam run. That's not the situation you want to be in, but I mean, there were some signs of life in that second half for Mouz. I mean, they did bring it to a respectable amount. Part of that was Apex tilt overcompensating, whether that be in his play by just calling like these force buys, or after they have some positionings, he's just running at the enemy still, or swinging in front of ZywOo when he has a hero AK on some of these situations. But, I mean, there were some still good sequences that we saw from the side of Mouz, specifically in those retakes. I think they did a good job of being patient, grouping up, taking their time, using their utility. I mean, sure, there's some situations where they got beat out in some Vitality clutches, but overall, for the most part, there were some good glimpses of life there from the side of it.
Overall, yeah, I mean, yeah, overall, baby, I'm thinking that we look at round number 7.
Sure.
Yeah, for me this is interesting, but because this is out of a timeout, and I don't really get this call when you're getting owned on the T side. So this call is just, you're faking that you're putting mid presence and then you bail out. But when you play with the confidence that Vitality has, they have all the information. Like, this is not fooling anyone, really, if you're on the side of Mouz, right? They have all the control, all the information, and time again, they have a Joker in the A bomb side. Mid smoke obviously doesn't help the state of things here. And just one more time, Flames is going to do a great job of sort of drawing attention to himself, fighting. He's the A anchor. Oh, we killed the A guy, killed the A guy. Well, actually, there's one more guy in the side, and he's going to be doing most of the work.
And just to add on here, there's a couple things going on. There's 2 smokes left for the side of Mouz as well after they did all this mid stuff, and they all retreated. One of the last 2 smokes they had missed window, so it's only one more smoke they have for the A execute. And they leave nobody in middle, they leave no one underpass, just to wait, hide, let the reclear happen, then re-go late. Yeah, they have the Joker at B, but I mean, I feel like that's just such an overcook, needlessly.
Give me round 11.
I mean, more of the same stuff, more of the mid control trying to be taken by Mouz. ZywOo does a nice play with the AWP, obviously, and I think this was the name of the game. The re-aggression coming in from Flamesy, the push from Catwalk. At this point, it's a 5v2, and you think to yourself, this is over. Apex and the boys getting a little bit too overconfident, giving Mouz another shot. It goes into a deep 2v2 where they play out the time, they sneak up towards the A bomb side, but ZywOo is in a prime position, and just like he did throughout the entire game, he's not going to miss this opportunity. Jimmy misses a Molotov on towards ZywOo as well, never gives himself a chance to win the round, and that's kind of the point right here. Vitality dominated middle throughout that entire first half, and even the one time they messed up, even the one time they gave Mouz a chance to get into the game, they didn't capitalize.
Dude, also when it was 2v2, when it became a 2v2, there was 1 minute, 12 seconds on the round, and they ran out of time. It's like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing here? And I think also you could tell Vitality understood in the second half with some of their calling, right? Even this round is a B fake, right, into rushing down mid into con. That's what you call when your opponents are playing with confidence. They're going to over-rotate thinking, oh, you're desperate, you're going to call it B pop. No, you're one step ahead. They get the bomb down in a 4v3. Spinks does a great job of sneaking out, finding a kill. Mezzy and Flamesy have the guns now, and it's going to be all down to Flamesy, who's really stepping up in this final and in this tournament. In this situation, he finds both kills. Here plays it really, really well. Rops isn't able to finish off the frag, but doesn't matter because not enough time anymore. And Spix is now just playing for the kill. He even dies. Flame even gets out of there with his gun.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say anything positive about that. When you lose a round like this, Josh, when you lose a game like this again where you get close, but you never really get close, it must be hard mentally to keep believing in the Mouz camp.
Yeah, quite taxing all the way around. But let me go ahead and remind you all that we will catch up with our DHL MVP at the very conclusion of the game. So, without any further ado, check this out. That is correct. It is the DHL MVP time. This is where I'm going to ask you to really get in there, get into the trenches. Let's get some voting going on, and let's figure out who that DHL MVP is going to be that we catch up with at the very conclusion of this grand final. So, some of the front runners, this guy, ZywOo, seemingly all over the place, up-and-coming talent, right?
I mean, heading into the game, there was a case to be made that if Flamesy or someone else had a monster grand final performance, it could have been another Vitality member, but with the way ZywOo is playing right now, with the impact he's showing here in Mirage, and I guess with the way that he's conducting himself, it's hard not to give him a vote.
Yeah, and if you're GymFat, you're real mad at the end of that, by the way, because of the Molotov and how it all plays out. Rops, okay, make a case.
Yeah, Rops, I mean, he's not been having the same type of tournament that you would expect from him, but the rest of the team hasn't been having the same effect. I mean, even ZywOo hasn't had the best rating, but Rops is there. He plays a certain role in the team, and that's the closer, and he's been doing a good job of that. So many situations, him and ZywOo are left alone, and somehow you always know it's a winnable round.
Flames?
Flames, yeah, as the third star so far of this grand final, especially on that CT side, was doing a lot of work, finding a lot of impact. Even when his job was just to sort of bait for his teammate, he was able to find kills, had that huge clutch in the second half where Vitality was struggling to find some rounds and definitely delivered for his team.
I just want to give Flamesy right here. I know his KD didn't look that impressive, but he was involved in every single key round on that T side of Mirage, and he was the deciding factor, so to speak.
Especially the round he was able to escape back to Apps after Palace after they had already gotten the bomb plant. It was wild.
Yeah, I think it's interesting though. We talk about Vitality and their greatness and compare them to some of these other teams, you know, like Astralis, and then talk about who are they the most dominant teams we've seen since them. And there's debate about that. I think we do have a team that we can definitely compare Mouz to, and that's Team Liquid of 2018. Right? 2018, where they were the second best team in the world, but they could not beat Astralis ever. The Astralis had their number every single time. Those games weren't close, and I think that's where Mouz is at the moment. Like, they don't think they can beat Vitality. They can't beat Vitality, and every time when they meet them, it's just, well, we know what's going to happen here.
Let me, because I feel the passion you're giving me off of that one right there. But let's just pause that idea for 1 second. Let's go hear from MztrDale real quick.
Catching up with MztrDale once again as they do take Mouz's map pick of Mirage. I posed the question to him, what was the biggest thing you changed since last time around? He didn't give me a direct answer, but he did say he felt like the individuals and the team play were firing on all cylinders, obviously on that CT side. Things maybe got a little hasty when we moved on to that T side, but he said did a great job of closing the rounds out. Now, moving on into Inferno, I also said to him, surely the confidence level has to be even high moving into this one. He said, yeah, you know, it's probably the same as the other maps in the pool. I don't know whether I'm buying it though, because he said he expected Mouz, or he thought Mouz would expect this to come in as the first map of this best of 5. And we all remember what went down in Lisbon on this very map.
Well, somebody in this arena just opened themselves a 2015 Cobblestone case. They didn't really pull anything from it, but I can assure you the real prize lies on the other side of this break. We're going to be jumping into that next and potentially final map of this grand final at the Intel Extreme Masters in Dallas. So don't you move a muscle. We'll be right back, everybody.
Now, the Intel Extreme Masters isn't the only action going down here in Dallas. We have DreamHack right next door, where there's plenty of other activities, giveaways, esports going on, but most importantly, the Anthros booth. And I have managed to find myself Jordan to talk a little bit more about precision sitting, because it's a term that we always use, Jordan, but what exactly does it mean when it comes to these chairs?
A good question for it. Precision sitting is about making the chair adjust to you, right? All the chairs currently in the gaming space, you have to adjust to it. And that's where you see a lot of different kind of posture and tilting forward. So I'm gonna show you guys what exactly precision sitting is. And on the back, I'll turn here, there's 2 knobs here, which actually move the chair forward and back. So this one on the bottom moves this forward, which makes you go forward. And then on this side, the top moves forward. So I'll show you guys what that means. So when I sit in it and I move this lower back, it gets it forward, and then this top one goes forward. And now I am sitting in a healthy posture. As a gamer in Counter-Strike, this is where we want to be, right? Full range of motion. I can move my elbows back. I'm not getting blocked by the back of the chair. And I can actually pull up to the table where I want to be and have my space exactly where I want it. I am not moving to the chair, right? The chair's moving to me where I want to be. The other great thing is the arms. They go in and they go away. So you don't have to take them off, which a lot of us do, right? So I can pull it up and actually unlock it. There's a locking mechanism, so I can lock in here, unlock it, and actually come back like this and have a stretch. I just pop my back. I can reset. I just lost a round or something like that. I need to refocus, come back forward, lock in, boom. I am back into that healthy sitting, ready for the next round.
I just had mine engineered by the CEO himself, and it feels incredibly comfortable. But that's not where the action ends for Anthros chairs, right? They're fully customizable. Do you want to show them a little bit of what they can do at home?
So we have these back panels on the back of the chairs that can actually be changed out. So as you buy our chair, you can fully customize the color, the caps on the knobs, the look of the chair from leather to fabric, and then the back panel. This is the cool part. This is like our skin, right? We all know what skins are in Counter-Strike, right? But this is your chair skin. It comes off the back very easily, and you can get your pros, your favorite teams, sign this, take it home, put it on your chair, and now your chair is a custom sign, like one of a kind. It's super cool. And if you get tired of this back and you want to change it out, cool, we have all kinds of different backs that you could choose from and swap out, and then boom, your whole...
Want to give us a little swivel and show exactly where it is? Because I know that players have signed a lot of weird stuff in their time, but this is really cool because you're going to be sitting with your favorite player all the time.
Yeah, as you saw that one, it was wood. So you can, if you know, a lot of us have spouses or we work from home, so you can actually have it fit your room and the way it looks, and then you can change it into gaming. It's that easy. So yeah, very customizable. Really excited to be here, work with ESL, amazing partners, and I hope you gamers out there give us a chance to really feel what real sitting is, because this is a life-changing chair. I have never sat in a chair that has fixed my back, my body, to allow me to work 8 hours and then game another 8 hours. We love it. We're hardcore sitters.
Anthros. Order now.
Throughout the series played in 2025 between these two teams, Mouz has only been able to get wins on 2 maps, Dust 2 and Mirage. Both of those have been taken away from them. Incredible comebacks, ending in devastating failure as they go limp at the final hurdle. Vitality marches towards that 30th straight victory. And Mouz desperate to have anything in this grand final. 1 map is all they want. Inferno, we know it could be the best deciding map, but at this point, Mouz just wishes it won't be the deciding map in this series.
Another best of 5 final, yet to defeat Vitality. Defeating Vitality, that's been Mouz's mission, and right now it seems like it's mission impossible. Vitality looking for a 6th grand final and a 6th title, and it's time, Dallas. Perhaps the last map of Counter-Strike this weekend.
4 victories for Vitality on Inferno across 2025 against Mouz. Just another obstacle they'll have to overcome, having never beat Vitality in the past 5 engagements. Never taking this map away from them, and now
Inferno, game 3, map 3.
As well. And you have the history of the first 2 maps fresh in your minds. Vitality getting out to big leads,
early, guys.
burying you, making you feel useless and impotent. Comebacks that brought you back in that fall short, it's happened twice. Mouz surely feeling there's nothing they can do to beat this team. And it's so
much utility they've got, Jason.
Yeah, so slow to start at the moment. Vitality just looking for Mouz to come out with a different kind of attitude, with a different aggressive philosophy, trying to catch them off guard and just don't want to deal with it. So sit way back, and at about the minute mark, they've got complete banana control.
Exertion can drop his smoke and try and slow this down, but they've got enough to re-execute into the B-bomb side again. They're going to send that 3rd player over straight away. Spinks rotating through Speedway. He has a flash to help out. And Mouz actually holding on to the util. He's still got Yimpat was his. He's on the other side of the map right now.
Because they're so passive and they haven't actually moved, they have no idea what's coming. Like, they needed that flashbang from Spinks, but he's shifted back to the A-bomb side. He should be able to get here in time, and he will.
Well, that crossfire disrupted by the fire. And now comes the flames. Rolling in the fountain. Able to cool them off. And it's Exertion with a double kill. Oh, yeah, Exertion. crosshairs to the head and shots with a Joel Paredes, the gunslinger in Texas, and we've got the pistol for Mouz.
Feel like that's the first time we've had to say his name with a round like that. A single-handed victory from Exertion has not been able to get going in this grand final. But that's exactly what Mouz needed to get started. And we see what they can do when they get momentum. It's just too frequently it's ripped away from them. So this conversion in round 2, critically important. Thankfully, without a bomb plant due to Exertion's performance, Vitality will not buy. So a little bit of an easier time to start things out for Mouz. They'll wait for the third round for the AKs to come in. I talked to Apex after the last map. He said you guys got quiet. He said you guys got no energy. Mizinho.
Torzy now looking to shut them down. It's just one kill for him, and the pressure is going to be up on him. Brolin to clean up Apex, and we got Flames and Mezzy, the last 2 Vitality players, and they will fall. It's a good start here for Mouz, 2-0.
Yeah, but now the real test comes out, or the first test comes out in terms of the AK-47s. All across the board for Vitality. You guys are absolutely wild. Thank you for another good weekend, Dallas. Round 3 underway. First gun round, and Molotov sent up towards Banana.
Yeah, Exertion going to be behind the Flames this time. A lot of utility to back him up as well. A bucket load with Brolin. A month of counterstrike in the USA. And we're just getting started. Zaiwu on top of the half wall. It's going to be Zaiwu to take one. Spinks to Trey, but it's short-lived thanks to Mezzy on the follow-up, and now Brolin's caught out of position, and they make it look easy.
Yeah, the trade game is so efficient today for Vitality. They haven't slipped up in that regard at all, and you still have Rops over on the other side of the map lurking in holes. So there's no safety for Torji and Yimfat at the moment, although, of course, having played 4 times on this map, they'll be well aware of Rops' tendencies. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do about that kind of a peak?
Now Torzy goes into Boiler, and nothing at all. Vitality once again with no mercy to Mouz.
Rops has got to be the greatest solo player we've got in the game, unlike the anchor on the CT side and now over on the T side, just holding positions, being that second option for your team, making sure and denying map control from your opponents. He's just so dang good. So is Zaiwu with this opening kill. Spinks gets the trade, but he knows there's no time to fall back, and that's a well-done attack from Vitality. Busting up the stack and breaking in, and now Mouz quickly down to just an MP9 5.7, 3 rifles, but missing utility.
Not a whole lot of hope here for Mouz, but we'll see how the triple stack outside of Banana goes. Oh, it's going to be a barrage to Brolin. A lot of his health ruined. The impact down straight away. Torzy offers himself up into the fight versus Rops. He's actually going to win that fight in the apartments. A key kill to keep his team in this round.
Yeah, good find onto Rops as well, but so much damage onto Brolin. He's brought very low. He's got to shift away from the B bomb site. No reason for him to stick around, so it's just Exertion. MP9. He's got a smoke to drop if he gets in trouble, but ooh, okay, wide swing. He gets back in time. Vitality's happy to force out the delay, and things will settle for just a moment. Mouz has to think to save these weapons. No one even going to attempt to help Exertion at the B bomb site. When this hit comes in, he'll either fall back and save with the rest of his team, or he'll just end up dying.
Let's see how much he can muster. MP9 in the coffin smoke. He's held behind it. Can't really get anything going.
Spinks and Brolin still haven't moved. This round's done. It's gonna be 2-2 tied up. And the simple thing is Mouz just don't want their economy and the weapons to disappear. So they'll bring the 2 M4s into the next round. And for Mouz, this is a good call from Mouz. It gives you another buy back-to-back, despite Nava having the funds for it. But this can't be a trend. We see it on Inferno frequently. We know how often and how if there's a convincing site take, the other site just kind of has to save. Rotations are long. You're rotating at a really tough choke points to manage. And Mouz has to make sure that moving forward into the rest of this half, like they can't just lose the B bomb site without trades, without resistance, without slowing down Vitality. If they can't buy time for teammates to get over and help them, they're in for a world of hurt.
The save gives them another chance, but will they take it? Happy birthday. But it might just be V-Day again.
All right, well, round 5. What are we getting into this one? Mouz is trying to save a little bit of money while having enough to be dangerous. So it's a light investment in terms of the nades that they pick up in terms of kits. They haven't grabbed any of those. Yimfat going to stay away from armor as well. So just trying to shore up as much cash for the next round as the losing bonus hasn't fully built up.
Ugh. Not going to be happy about that, Torzy. Just over, or rather under half his health. Taken off with that grenade. He's going to drop back and play from short. Flames just got the apartment, starting to move through the bedroom. We'll soon confirm that he is the sole tenant. Brolin to move forward with a smoke that lands on the half wall, laying down some fire. And it's ZywOo to take the brunt of the damage.
Yeah, that's a really nice find from Brolin. A little bit of unconfirmed damage, but making softens up ZywOo for later on. And once again, they leave Brolin all on his lonesome at this B-bomb site. Wonder if there'll be a shift back on a certain timing. Spinks and Exertion on Rap side. Torji and Yimfat doubling up towards Pit. Banana control now taken for Vitality. They've got brackets to pressure the A-bomb site. They've got Banana to pressure the B-bomb site. And Mouz have no idea which one they're going to finish at yet.
Mezzy into the open and to his death. Brolin grabbing the opening kill here for Mouz with 40 seconds left. Look where the bomb is. All the way at the back of the T-Stairs. At least Apex getting some space here for his squad, but they need to pick that bomb up and get over to B, and Apex has been traded out, so not looking too pretty here for Vitality. It's Rock to make the next move, and he's stopped. So this round goes nowhere. Vitality fall flat, and Mouz back into the lead.
Yeah, that felt very curious. There was no finishing move whatsoever. Players trying to trade out at the B bomb site, trying to find Brolin, and just kind of one by one they've leaked in. It felt like they never really had a team unified decision to attack and commit to things.
Gets a cross.
Yeah, but he doesn't know there's one player in the back. So planting in the smoke, you might be able to get away with it, but
the ball plants, but needs something special now. Flames looking for the first step, and he just can't connect it onto Exertion. So Mouz do eventually take the lead. A small chance for Flames, but not taken.
No, that was always going to be near impossible. A couple of kills would have been nice, but if you're Mouz, you're happy about that save call in the previous round because it kept the weapons in your hands that you used to win this one. So it's given you a 3-2 lead as these two teams exchange runs in the early going of Inferno. Good round from Exertion, continuing that form from the pistol. And the first time out used from Vitality. And yeah, it makes sense. I think a round like that had to have been frustrating. We saw Apex there on the camera, though that's nothing new to us. But just the way it kind of got away from Vitality as a team. Too many players falling, not really convinced, not really coordinated. And a huge task in this map as well for Cyclone, for Mouz, who knows they're going to encounter difficulty, who's watched his team collapse on 2 maps in these finals.
Oh.
It would have been cool, though. Round 6, up in Torji's hands. And this is a map we know he can come on fire. If Torji has a good Inferno here, Mouz can run up the CT side scoreboard. He's going to be boosted up over the smoke in middle, wants a chance at it, but scared away by the bullets. ZywOo yet again coming on the losing side of that utility exchange in Banana. This time just eats 1 down to 53. Mezzy as well in the same position.
Exertion gonna eat one nade, but it's not gonna be a whole lot of damage. As he then jumps up, Exertion wins the fight. Apex, an essential trade for Vitality. ZywOo to follow up. That's the B-bomb site. That's it. That's everybody that was there.
Yeah, this is what I talked about just a couple of rounds ago. That hit is way too convincing. Brolin falling that fast after the fact, and you leave Jimmy, Spinks, and Torji with nothing to do. No point in them shifting over. They know they've still got Rops to find as well. So they're still in danger. And a very convincing round from Vitality.
How far does Rops want to push this?
They don't really, Vitality, have enough funds to go for any kind of a hunt, so Rops might just kind of peek in on his lonesome, but he's knows the likeliest place for them to save is over in pit. That's not a great fight for him whatsoever, so just looking to see if anyone pushes out. Mouz should be fine keeping these weapons into the next round without any kind of a hunt, but we're tied yet again at 3.
Terrorists win.
You should try it on your Steam Deck. I hear that goes well.
Exertion and handling the heat quite well, and 2 grenades come towards him. He stands in an open angle and has to fight the initial player with car. Apex just kept the pressure up, able to trade him out, and the B-bomb site falls down to the ZywOo follow-up. So 3-3 scoreline, all tied up again, and Mezzi makes his march into Banana. He's got ZywOo beside him, and ZywOo, I don't know how he's not taking any damage whatsoever. The fire doesn't spread to his feet, so he just sits back behind the logs, and ZywOo will be happy about that.
A god cannot be touched by fire. Rop's going to be at the end of halls and angle deep. Okay, Torji, you're in danger and you don't know it yet. If you back up, if you just lose focus for a moment. Thankfully for Torji, he steps forward. It's Brolin who might be at risk. And just by sheer luck alone, they avoid running into Rops' crosshairs. Vitality lining up an attack to the A-bomb site. Left side going to be smoked off. Torji going to be blocked off. How fast, how aggressive do they want to take this attack up short?
Blinded, forced back into the archway. Rops going to miss his utility. In fact, it's a little bit of blowback in the apartments. He's got 45 seconds to try and recover this. Utility's going to come up long. Spinks into the fight, but nothing. Nothing from Spinks, and an opening now as pressure mounts for the 2 remaining defenders of the A-bomb site. Torji in the site, overwhelmed, overrun, but Yimpat looks to protect him for a little bit longer from pit. It's 2 from the Finn. It looks still good for Vitality as Exertion and Brolin held out.
You're still not having any success on the initial fights when these attacks begin if you're Mouz, which means even though Jimmy gets you a great double kill from pit, it has no impact in the round. It can't actually turn the fortunes of what's occurring. Vitality are just beating you 4-3. They're keeping it close, but they cannot find a consistent way to win against Vitality.
Another save call. Vitality increased their score on the T side to 4. That chicken is going bye-bye. Devastating.
One round lead for Vitality, 2 map lead in these grand finals as the first time out is called from Mouz. If you're the Mouz team during this, you're just thinking, we had that conversation coming into this map after losing Dust 2, after losing Mirage. It hasn't gotten started the way we would have liked. It's yet another situation we're gonna have to dig ourselves out of. We weren't able to capitalize on the early success. Cyclone trying to tell his boys, stay focused, make some information plays, start having courageous ideas, keep talking to each other. We have to workshop these problems live. And probably thinking as well and hoping that the next Mouz run, as we got it on Dust 2, as we got it on Mirage, the Mouz run on Inferno cannot come too late. It has to be much earlier.
ZywOo critting his own gap in the smoke. not given an opportunity as Exertion takes a tighter angle, just boosted behind the half wall. Flash now into Banana. Mezzi starting to make his march. He's got his teammates in behind him. ZywOo and Flames following up in behind, and the space is slowly but surely being taken. First fight again will be Exertion. Can he handle them this time? Up first is Mezzi. Exertion catches a good timing, peeking out from the back of the sandbags just as Mezzi was looking the other way. Ooh, Flames burning away Brolin. Exertion still around, and there's the shot from ZywOo. Not enough to bring him down, and so Exertion gets one more.
And once again, they beat him at the B bomb site. There's a third player here, it's Spinks, but he's gonna come on through, spamming in, found, of course, by ZywOo.
ZywOo's had very few kills to kick off Inferno, but all of them have been towards Banana. And all of them impact kills to make sure that there's no chance for the B bomb site defense.
Yeah, they've always been the player who's like the last line of defense at the bomb site, so a lot of impact for ZywOo, despite the fact only 3 kills so far. Low fragging game as Mouz has been forced to save so many times, round and round again. And
yeah, they're having a look, but again, it's just so frustrating, but it's the tough pill they have to swallow. It's one where they have to back away, retreat to save their weapons, and give them another shot at the next round. We're watching Vitality just build on this T side.
I don't think Mouz has gotten a stop at the B bomb side really all that well yet. Vitality's been able to take this a number of times, a massive weakness on the map.
We've seen Vitality, they've shown comfort even in the group stages against some of the lesser teams. They opened up against Legacy, and they won that map just by going B on Inferno over and over again for the entire T side. So they've shown a willingness. If B is weak, if it feels like they can get in, they're just going to keep doing it.
Yeah, 5 of the last 6 rounds won by Vitality. 4 of those 5 bomb plants. They're getting into the bomb sites at will with no issues. Right down through the smoke as Spinks is in a moment of desperation. So Cyclone trying to give some emotional support out to the boys. They're down by 2, but weapons in this round are labored. Op saved by Torji, so that's still around.
He's trying to make it sing down Banana early on, but with that smoke up, severs off his vision, and the AWP cannot chime in. They know it's positioned towards B early on, and so Robs feels like there's more space, there's more comfort taking peeks at brackets, knowing he's not going to be picked off by that AWP.
And he's so good at picking and choosing rounds in which he wants to make that kind of aggressive peek, right? Most of the time he's just quiet, he's lurking, he adds in just an aggressive peek every once in a while to catch the defender off guard. Player who really loves the mind games with his equivalent on the other side of the server. So Torji's holding this off, but he's got no smoke, no Molotov, so as soon as he fires, he's got to back away. Exertion is coming in support.
Will it be enough? There's been no stopping power at the B bomb site, but perhaps the difference is this AWP in the hands of Torzi. But the utility is canceling him out, it's keeping him at bay. And so Mezzi's going to charge in off the back of the utility. The execution is successful. Exertion with 1, but not enough to hold on to B. And look at Apex, he's pushed through that CT smoke, looking to be a thorn in their side.
Denies the ability for Torji to fall back as well. They know they have him locked in towards Ruins.
Torzi's committed to it, but he runs away, and Apex is ready to rip it out of his hands. Rob's on the double and Banana. And once again, it's Vitality just upping the gear, driving towards victory. Mouz can show no stop.
It's Vitality superiority every single map today. Mouz looking like they'll leave this grand final with 6 straight series losses to Vitality. And the club of teams who have never overcome them is growing larger.
And they run into their 2, we call them rivals. The 2 teams that are able to play them pretty close in the games, right? We've got Falcons earlier on in the competition. Vitality cast them aside in the semis. Now Mouz in the grand finals. They could be winning this one 3-0. We thought perhaps this is the event where Vitality lose the streak. But if anything, they're going into the major with full strength as Apex rounds the corner and takes Exertion's head off, and he's not slowing down. Apex on the hunt, and the Predator eats them all!
Oh, he forced that. It felt like every fight was a bad decision, but he wanted them all. He was so aggressive. Didn't care about the reload either. And Apex wanted to get a highlight in these grand finals, been watching his teammates do it all 3 maps, now it's his turn.
I love that he did it with his little amount of bullets as he had, right? The last couple of bullets in that AK, and he still gets the final kill on the third. Yeah, he's 40, you're right. This is incredible. What a performance at Apex, turning around his career, right? This has been a fantastic year for him, in-game leading, but also seeing an elevation in his own individual performance, right? This is the most impressive part about Apex. The switch in his career from entry fragger to now in-game leader has been a long journey to get into a position where he's considered one of the best, but also he was criticized for his own individual performances during the previous years under the Vitality jersey, but this year he stepped up and we're seeing a massive difference.
Well, I think it's all been a journey for Apex, right? If you think his switch into in-game leader back in 2020 started out a little bit rocky, and then came the Danish era in Vitality, when Zana came over, when Magis came over, when Dupree was there. They end up winning the Paris Major, but Apex himself had to establish this kind of dominance as an IGL, saying, we're playing it the way that I want to. And now since then, in these years, he's paired up, he's brought his friend Xtaz in, who's got a lot of confidence in his coach, and he's finally got a system to where he can focus more on the fragging, where he's got everyone on the same page. With the work they've put in over the last 2 to 3 years, he gets more time, he gets more freedom to focus on his individual prowess, and it's paying off in the year 2025.
Missed out on the title in Dallas last year to G2. This year, no one can keep it away from him. Two rounds left in the half. Mouz need them. Fighting for it in mid. Challenging in banana. And it's perfect! 4 kills in the blink of an eye for Mouz. And off the back of those 4 kills, soon to be 5, and it's a 4th round. As Flame's trying to ignite something in banana, but he's caught on the flank from behind. Spinks will hunt him down. And Mouz realized they need to bring a little bit of fight into these rounds. Can they secure the 5th?
It's amazing that round looks so perfect where they've struggled with that exact same fighting situation throughout this half. Vitality up until that round have gotten banana whenever they wanted it. Good trades. There's Romps with his aggressive decision again, this time caught off guard and through the smoke, doesn't work. Final round of the first half on Inferno. Utility being stockpiled towards the B bomb site for Mouz's defense. And this time Vitality get a little bit of pace up mid.
Flames is fast. Getting into Boiler and losing his head. Is there another Hungarian headshot? Apex is silent.
Oh, the timing.
Oh, this is perfect.
He just heard the footsteps too, I would imagine, unless it got obscured by Nate blowing up, but he's gonna tell his teams, I'm wrapping around A right now. I've got space, I've got freedom.
You can see how vocal he is.
Yeah, start coming this direction.
Oh, he's got a lot of space. Apex with a move. Apex with the play. There's the frag on Torsi. Can he find the second? He gives the information over. Rob's trying to close it down, but Spinks has arrived just in time.
Might have needed that pit player first. No trigger discipline.
While in North America, Mouz pleading for the 5th, but it's Mezzi to try and take away the rights. He's into the site with a plant going down on default. Is there a clutch available for Merriman? Into the boiler he goes, he slips away. And now he could be anywhere. Mezzi could be anywhere. Starts to move out of boiler again, he's got a bit of space. Fortunately, Mouz have a lot of utility, a lot of pressure, and they will get that 5th round to round out the first half of Inferno. If Mouz are to do it, it's gonna take a special comeback in this series, but at least they're still in the fight.
Halftime 7-5.
Vitality 6 rounds away from the Intel Extreme Masters trophy here in Dallas. Another one they get a lift in a year where they just seem unbeatable. Mouz has had their comebacks on Dust 2, they've had their comebacks on Mirage, but never have they been able to complete them and bring them all the way into a victory. And it doesn't feel like that's gonna happen now. But Mouz have one last chance to change the way we look at this team.
Second half underway, and Spinks is going to be sprinting up through Banana. He's got all of his teammates filtering in. Just one player here, and it's Apex. Had a great first half. Looking to kick off the second with a bang. And they run right by him. First, the first headshot. Heads turn, it's only one.
Look at the flank. They're already here very quickly at Banana, though, and nobody's there to protect the bomb player. They're pushing forward.
The bomb spilled into the site. The bomb spilled into the site because of that one kill from Apex, so they actually have to go and waste time picking that up, and that leaves Torsi pinned in the corner, and look at this. Vitality have all arrived. Vitality in the better position all of a sudden, and Torsi with a last-ditch effort, looking for plan C at this point to get back into the round for Mouz. Rob's not letting them have any room to move. Spinks will have to fight his way out of it, and he'll certainly do so. Flames looking to shut them down as he looks back towards CT. It's going to be Zywo taking him down, and Yimpat left alone. That one kill from Apex ends up being enough because the bomb hits the ground, and Vitality sprint back in time.
They're so good at the moment of playing within themselves and not overextending. And these extended battles, this extended pistol round that goes on forever, no one from Vitality oversteps the mark. They're always in a position to help a teammate nearby. And that fast banana flank was the ruin to Mouz's idea of pushing towards CT spawn, of pushing towards ruins and controlling it. A hero Galil on Spinks. Things are going to start getting desperate for Mouz.
Yeah, without a pistol, winning the second half.
Yeah, grasping
it is looking impossible now.
Grasping at anything that can bring you back into this game. The Galil's delivered you the opening kill. That's Flames to fall. Very chill from Mouz, testing the waters. They have no utility, so gonna be hard to find a finishing move that's effective. Apex has smoked nade over towards the B bomb site, and this is the final play of Mouz. 4 members here, 1 lurker towards A. It's Exertion with a Glock.
They hear that smoke go down, and they immediately just rotate away. Not wanting to go through it, not feeling comfortable that.
Yeah, but a weird timing. I mean, Vitality actually might get sold down the river. They just cleared brackets. Mezzi's sticking around, thankfully, so we can still have eyes on it, but they kind of think for the moment this is going to be a banana finish.
Yeah, still got Rops in the balcony as well. Quite a strong player to have in that position. Let's see if Rops is able to do anything from it. It's only an MP9, though. He's gone up against the Glock, so he could be overrun. As he makes his way into the site, Robs to dive down. It's a quick kill from Robs, but he's being pressured from so many different sides, but Robs is going to handle it. Spinks in the bomb site, plant locked in at least, but can he go all the way? Can he win this round for Mouz? It's a must-win to kick off this second half, and they move in together. Spinks against his former organization, against his former teammates, and Apex, no love lost. He's gonna take it. Mouz unable to get the miracle.
Yeah, an easy fight once they have him pinned down behind the pillar. Just bullets just tapping away, making sure he never gets a clean peek, never a safe peek. A little bit of danger in that for Mouz, considering they brought a Galil and Glocks for the most part, so not too shabby to get a bomb plant there and 3 kills, but man, how good is Rops? Pressured from 3 different angles and manages them all and still lands spectacular shots. 9-5. Vitality just 4 rounds away from the trophy.
Great boost. But a team play to open up. Apex going down in Banana. And an opening kill for Mouz to work with. Can they hold on to it? That's the difficult part, as they have to walk into a double stack. Rops and Zywu. The Tower of Terror. And Mezzi's going to be on the other side. The impact falling and the numbers going to an even 3v3.
Yeah, and disappearing inside the smoke. And even though you get the kill over towards the B bomb site onto Apex, since you're so spread out towards middle, you got no way to take advantage of it. And now Zywu, all the confidence in the world. Although Exertion might just catch him around the corner. That's Torgia. Now he falls back. Or kills another.
Gets another. Yeah, he's eventually going to be taken out by Exertion. There's 53 seconds to win this for Exertion. We often talk about his opening prowess, but now he needs to become a closer. He'll go back down to bottom Banana. There is a pathway to B at the moment open. Not that he knows it.
This might be a hard clutch to put together if you're Vitality. As soon as you make your move, if you move after this smoke fades, Exertion is thinking that's the likeliest scenario.
Well, into the smoke. Oh my god, okay. Oh.
No way.
Slips by and then starts shooting, and it doesn't work out for Exertion. They get closer than they think.
If they passed to like that and he was able to get into the A bomb site for, I mean, there could have been something there, but would have just been blind luck. 10-5.
Problem is here for Mouz, there's no money, no bomb plant secured, so you're sitting around $3,000 average. You're going to be picking up Tech 9s.
I mean, this is the last half buy you do. Everything after this is going to be everything you've got. You're throwing it all in. You have no more time to waste. You simply need to put rounds on the board. 3 in a row to start this second half for Vitality. And there's nothing you can do to win any of these. Smoke broken open, Vitality just making all the right plays, never letting you stay comfortable. So try to recover 3 players up in halls. And for Mouz, they have one more chance this next round with guns to turn their fortunes on Inferno.
Oh. Do something.
Yeah, real slow one for Mouz as they set up for the A play. 3 players defending on this A bomb site. Rops in the pit. They're going to be perfect. Damage done onto Spinks, low HP, diving down into the pit itself with 40 seconds on the clock. The last ditch effort stopped by Zywu and Mezzi. And we're looking at 11-5. The force buy gets nowhere, or rather the half buy gets nowhere. And now it's the full buy, and the last timeout as well. This is it for Mouz. It looks like their stage demons will not be shaken off. They're not going to get past Vitality.
You have to call this one from scratch as well if you're Cyclone, because you don't have any success to go off of. You have nothing you can build upon. For Xtaz, it's just stay focused, play the same exact game, no need to change anything. We've already shown that they can't beat us. They can't break through this defense. So nothing unusual for Vitality. 5 AK-47s for Mouz, all the utility you could ask for. They've got every bell and every whistle to fight here in round 17. But they have to be pretty close to perfect for the rest of this map. Vitality just 2 round wins away.
Is there life in Mouz yet? Robs running down mid. ZywOo to send the grenade into the stairs. And Robs to move with it. Torzy getting tagged. Information given over to Robs. There's one close by. Torzy's still going to win that fight. Mouz have the advantage. Exertion burned back.
Flames sidesteps all the nade damage. Over towards Halls we go. Spinks and Yimfat. It's ZywOo on the other side. Apex is the next defender over in Library. A is relatively weakened.
ZywOo into the fight, and just the one. Taken out by Spinks in response. 4v3, minute left. And Mouz further on it. It is Spinks to come out of the balcony.
Exactly what they needed. Vitality was trying to cheat over towards the B bomb site to get a jump on any kind of attack into the site. They thought that would be the finish. Apex drops his gun to recover an AK-47. He's going to pick it back up regardless. Got blown away by a grenade, and they'll save the weapon. So Mouz, they put their first run on the board. Now we've had this in the first two maps. We've had this moment where Mouz gained a little bit of control. They hit that stretch. On Dust 2, it was 6 rounds straight. On Mirage, it was 6 rounds straight. And then nothing after that. It was just an isolated run. It cannot be the case here. If they're to make it into a run. That question still needs to be answered if they can win 2 in a row.
True, Vitality hanging on to 2 save weapons at the moment. 2 AK-47s to go into the CT round. In the next, they've got plenty of money to buy around it as well. They're going to have all the supporting cast. AWP for ZywOo if he wants it. And everybody else on the rifle. Still a shot to respond immediately for Vitality and go to 12. To go to championship point.
11-6.
ZywOo trying to hardcore pre-aim, gets a little bit surprised, so can't double up on the second. A great round from Spinks. Nice impact with the trade onto ZywOo and coming out balcony for another. A timeout is called by Vitality. Xtaz involved in the conversation, gives chance for Mouz to talk over because they're out of timeouts.
There's going to be full rifles here for Vitality, maintaining that. Same for Mouz.
They have the option to get an AWP on the field if they want it. Apex has $5,000. He could drop one over, but ZywOo, I guess, hand-waving him off. Look at the team effort out of Team Vitality on this third map. 11 kills on Mezzy, Rops, and Apex. 10 on ZywOo, 8 on Flames. Everyone delivering, no one lagging behind.
Apex's collection of deadly forces. Rops, grenade ready to go down into the bottom banana again. Torzy not going to be receiving it on the head. Pressure on Exertion. Dismounts off the half wall, but then comes through and dismantles too.
Nice double kill.
It's like Apex put on notice in the B bomb site. The solo player left. If they execute upon him and he gets nothing, it's over.
Looks really clunky from Exertion and Torji. Not really coordinated perfectly on what they want to do, but smoke's up. They want to make it feel like Mouz is going to attack the B bomb site finish here, but Apex has pretty much called everyone away. ZywOo's starting to shift a little bit.
Just as the bomb starts to loop banana and think about an A finish, so Robs will be the only player on A. He's not really in a position to change the outcome of the round just yet. He's in front of the library. In fact, all the way back in the library now.
They're saving. Rops is sliding over in this position, just back away to the B bomb site. When that hit didn't come in towards B, when the hit didn't come in towards A, that's the call that Vitality's going to make because they got no money in the bank. Flamesy will be able to buy himself a rifle in the next round. Apex can drop a rifle over to Mezzy. Outside of that, everyone's pretty much busted. So Mouz will get up to 7. Vitality making an economic decision.
7-11, 11-7.
Another full buy in the next round. But man, it's just a weird feeling for Mouz. It's every time it seems like this match has just completely slipped away, they have that one last gasp, that one dying breath.
Yeah, catch the last wind. Can still win in regulation, just need to be perfect from this point onwards on the T side.
This hunt's actually huge. This could hurt Mouz a lot if they go for this and lose these rifles. But if they get everything from Vitality, they set themselves up to close the gap even more.
It is the risk you run for the big reward. ZywOo gonna be naded. He's got the health to survive that grenade blast, and he's not gonna peek into the open. A couple of fights do go down. Rops is the one to win it. So Vitality will save all 3 weapons and get an extra kill on the way out the door.
I like the decision to go for the hunt, though, because if you're going to make a comeback like this in the grand finals, you're going to have to take some risks somewhere.
So have some attitude.
Yeah, just showing that you're willing to take that one. They don't all have to be the craziest risk in the world, but playing against the odds, at least in that situation. 11-7, round 19. Mouz now with 2 rounds strung together, trying to bring this right back.
Flames get away in behind the sandbags, forced into the open. And Brolin gets a double kill. All right, that's more like it from the Swedish in-game leader. And we've got Mouz with a 5v3 and plenty of time left on the clock.
Man, Zairu's such a good teammate. He honestly probably should have just let Flames die in that kind of a situation. Really tried to force the issue. Vitality having a tough time getting up to 12. A bomb site wide open and overrun. And the hunt this time will be with as many Mouz players as possible. They will not hold back. They will try and take these rifles out of the hands of Apex and Mezzy.
Well, the way Mouz are winning these rounds, Jason, makes you feel a lot better about them on the T side. You know, and it's not coming down to 1v1 clutches and retakes. They're winning the rounds from the get-go. Forcing Vitality into the safe calls over and over again. And they're keeping the hunt up this time because they know they've got money to fall back on. Mezzy and Apex, they don't have that same luxury. And they're close. They've got time on the fuse. Apex exposed in the open. Look at the back Mezzy up. They will stand and fight, but how many players from Mouz are going to appear on their crosshair in the next few seconds? Apex, first headshot. Mezzy taken down in response, and everything's gone from Vitality. Not enough for a full buy in the next round. And Mouz start to really close the gap.
Yeah, this is a great chance to do it even further, although Vitality have a 3-round losing bonus built up, so they're going to buy some weapons and some utility to make this a difficult affair for Mouz. And maybe a chance at actually stealing it away. It's just so hard right now. Mouz playing very, very well in these last 3 rounds, but we've been sold this dream twice before. Not ready to buy into it yet this time.
Apex. Mike 7. Just around the half wall. Exertion looking to clear it.
They swing on his shot.
Let's see if he can nail him to the wall. The nail gun ready to go. Straight to the head. The jumping play from Apex. And is this how they find 12? Is this how they find championship point?
Mouz need to get some space over towards the A bomb site right now. They need to do something. You can see Yimfat and Spink starting to move. Torji still at the bottom of Banana with an AWP, but a 3 versus 5. Vitality can just sit back in the bomb sites and not do anything. They no longer have to push into you.
Mezzy not getting involved in the fight. Dropping back, playing towards Archway. Apex has come over to help him. Mezzy and Apex looking to combine on this. Oh, Spinks, good night.
The fuck?
Weaker weapons. Big impact.
And it's done. You can't win this round into this 2v5. Yimfat's gonna back away. I know he won a great one on Dust 2. The only weakness available is this Mag 7 at the B bomb site of the hands of Flames. But Torji's gotta move now. He can't wait for his teammate, and the AWP is an awkward weapon with which to clear. And they're gonna get stalled out.
Championship point around the corner. Torji takes more damage from that Mag 7. Flames retreats into the site.
10 seconds.
Burning as Zaiwu flanks. It's another kill from the Mag 7. It is championship point, 1 off the back of it. And that is it for Mouz. Surely that breaks them. They were on the comeback. You force Vitality down to a weaker buy, and they still come out on top of it.
That Mag 7 from Apex adds in the jumping damage. It just haunts them throughout the entire round. Vitality 1 round away from 30 straight wins. A historic record.
Exertion.
Patay ka.
The opener. 4 kills away from another championship this year.
Their 6th, it would be.
And it's looking likely now. Mezzi with the double. Towards the Indian Pat. Nothing to do. Nothing can stop them. No one can
3-0.
stop them. Vitality dominant in Dallas. And it is 30 wins in a row.
Over 120 days of dominance for Vitality. Dallas is just the first step
30.
towards an unprecedented run at a second
30
ESL
win
Grand
streak.
Slam in the same year. And right around the corner, they're battling for another major trophy. This is what Vitality fights for every time they step into a server, and they never leave any doubt. They are the world's best.
With Rob's, Apex has collected his deathly hollows. Their streak has mastered death. And their march to the major has arrived in Texas. This is the first of the 2 Texan titles they are looking for. Together, they are conquering Counter-Strike. A new continent, another championship. They're coming for the major, Austin. This team don't just want an era. This team are building an empire.
Champion, Vitality is champion.
Champions.
Alright, GG guys. Thank you so much for watching. Morning.